never be one Nigeria. Never. So the country needs to split for us to, or we need to revisit the papers that brought us together. Talking about the 1940, amalgamation of the Northern and the Southern protectorates. We must go to London and discuss these things. Serious-minded leaders. We need to storm Buckingham Palace and ask questions. Because you cannot solve a problem from the leaves or the branches. The British Queen has a lot to say on this. The British Crown has a lot to say. The Royal Niger Company belong to England. They transform themselves into invaders and looters also. So for me, the only solution is that, okay, we have to have hope about Peter Obi, but the killings are still going on. The jailbreaks are still going on. The embezzlement are still going on. Our youth are still at home. ASUSEC is still on. Do we now wait until next year before we can have a, fresh hair? I don't understand. So this is the solution. Whoever wins, or maybe right now we should start asking questions as young people. Some of us weren't born then, but books, what is written is written. It's all crystal clear that we were different people with different culture, with different food, with different way of dancing, with different way of dressing, with different way of speaking, with different languages, with different traditions, forcefully brought together. And now we cannot coexist as one. The only solution is either you restructure it. We have a confederation, which was what was said in Aburi conference in Ghana as the war was raging. International community organized meetings, and it was agreed that there should be a confederation. It's a system of government that has a weak center and a strong region, which Gowon agreed because he was not educated. Gowon was stark illiterate. Ojukwu recorded it with his wristwatch because he was a graduate, first-class graduate of history. And when he came back to the East, he said, on Aburi we stand. If they have stood on that agreement, as it was agreed, Nigeria would have been like this. We just have a ceremonial center in maybe Abuja or Lagos, where you go to once in 2 years, just to give reports. Then let the regions rule themselves with their own rules, with their own traditions and ways. It would have been easier. Things would have been better. But the Queen of England radioed Gowon and said, you are a fool. How come you agreed for a confederation? Do not agree, continue the war. That's how the war continued, guys. The books are there, you can read for yourself. So we are not one Nigeria. I'm only talking like this because I don't like people being killed. I continue to speak about this. I don't like people being killed. As I'm even talking, I'm in tears. People are still being killed, and there are some that we did not even hear. And a bandit is taking title and is being celebrated. And you say we are one. We don't celebrate. In Benin City, we don't celebrate killers. If you are a killer in Benin, people hate you. If you are a criminal in Benin, people run away from your family. They just isolate you. And I'm sure it's like that in some states too. So these guys celebrate in the name of religion, dogmatism. I don't understand. Let me go to the Davido's uncle's election. I really don't want to talk about this, but I will talk about it. For me, Davido, he has a blood affiliation with his uncle. He has a blood relations with his uncle. You cannot take that away from him, but I'm disappointed because he was among these Lekki Tollgate massacre protesters, though he was not killed. He saw everything. So I expected him to act differently, away from this APC and PDP party. For me, Adeleke, I don't know him. I just know him as a dancing senator. I've seen his videos where he's dancing. I don't know what he has done politically. I tried to read about him. I read a bit, but I cannot judge him. But for me, anything PDP and APC, I don't want to be involved in it. I'm not celebrating the victory. I'm just indifferent. I'm talking about the next year or the present state of Nigeria right now. The present situation right now of Nigeria is really alarming. It's really painful. So please, let us have hope. But like someone said, if we have to meet the state government or the police to get a license to acquire weapons, because the killings are going to come. They are moving very fast. They are everywhere. I'm hearing that there are 6 million Fulanis, former armageries and imported machineries, nationwide in our forests, in our ways, in our federal roads. 6 million. How many people are in Senegal? There are some countries that they are not even up to 1 million. Our government is launching 6 million killers to the whole nation. 6 million. Ask me, what do they derive from the joy? What joy do they derive from the death of a Nigerian? What joy do they derive in breaking jails and unleashing criminals to us? That means the jailbreaks are intentional. We don't have a government. So all this while Buhari was trying to be a president, all this while, this is what he wanted to come and do. If he's alive or dead, I don't even know. So I want to advise Peter Obi, if he's listening to me, should he win next year, I hope he wins. I'm praying for him too. I'm doing my own bits. You should try and look at, how we can live together. You should revisit what brings us together. It's very important. That's the root problem. It's a very big problem. We cannot continue like this because these guys are going to come. In fact, they've come. They've come. They've not just reached some communities, and it's going to consume everybody. Whether you live abroad or not, it's going to affect you. If your family member is killed, God forbid, it's going to affect you. You're going to cry and weep, and you'll be weeping and sobbing for weeks, months, if not years. So we must do something about it. Something is not right. Nigeria has been sold to the Islamic State, maybe of Afghanistan, I don't know. Something is not right. Something is not right. The Malams have come. What do? We all have to defend ourselves. Since the government body language is that of, complicity, we should try to defend ourselves.
Okay.
So if you have any question you want to ask me.
All right, Mr.
If there's a topic I'm not touching, please try to remind me.
Okay. I just want to ask what you think about the Christian community not endorsing a particular candidate for the upcoming election 2023.
From what I know, Adeboye has been outspoken against the evils of this government, even if Osibajo is a pastor.
Okay.
I have like two videos that he has condemned the federal government.
Okay. Thank you.
So for me, I think it's wrong to judge the guy, and he has never, his messages every Sunday is on. He's always live. He has not mentioned election. He just told people, get your PVC and vote your conscience.
Okay.
So yeah, I will leave it there. Please, as I round up, let me just round up with this. Please don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. There is no federal government in Nigeria. There is no federal government in Nigeria. Imagine a governor is saying NNPC has not remitted money to the federal account for them to share. So who has been collecting all these monies? Where is the oil money going to? Who are in charge of this oil wares? What is going on? Let's ask questions. The Islamic nations have pumped money into Nigeria with weapons to kill people. I don't know why. So tell your loved ones to arm themselves and be ready to defend themselves. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Alex. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Andrew. Mr. Andrew, please, are you ready for me?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the panelists and those watching at home and abroad. Thanks for the opportunity given to hear my views on this discussion. Firstly, I send my congratulations to Peter B on his birthday. I hope you will remember my birthday too. That's just a joke anyway. Well, I listen to everyone, and I keep saying I'm going to respect everyone's view, even though I disagree with one or two. I don't want us to be gloomy. The situations everyone have highlighted, we all know it. I want us to see the hope in the future that we have. Because let's be realistic with ourselves. As far as the government present is there, we don't see any change. So, it's like we'll be crying over spilled milk. It is sad the way things are going. And but we need to take our country back. That will be one of the greatest message I will ever preach. I will not live in denial. I mean, we mention people being killed, being assassinated, but we also forget that those who have been assassinated and been killed, they are not to be compared to those who die in hospital because they could not afford it or because the doctors are not there. It's also part of killing. So if we take only one side and leave the other side, how about those who died on the road because of the bad road that we have in the country? I mean, I once owned a car here. And even though I did servicing, there's one thing I always say I never changed in my car. And that is shock absorber. Never changed shock absorber once. Drove a car for almost 13 years, one car for 13 years. Never once did I go into the shop to say, I would like to change my shock absorber or any of the suspensions. Because why? The roads are good. When it rains, the drainage, the water is good. And where it's blocked, they get people to fix it. All these things have been responsible to people's deaths. And that we must not ignore as well too. While we ally to others. So we need, like I always say, I always like the balanced truth. I don't like a one-sided truth. But we must not be gloomy. That's just because that's what I've been hearing since. We'll just be gloomy. Yes, the facts are there, but we have a focus, and that is to put a credible person there. I disagree with CM on most of the things he said. I mean, because you come here, you talk about P2B, you highlight his credibility, you preach for him this and that. You also come around, talk about the division, separation, blah, blah, blah. Even if he gets to power, who knows what will happen. I really don't understand such message that we're passing out. Honestly speaking, like I was talking to a friend this evening, I recognize fear, but I preach hope. I recognize whatever it is, but I preach hope because hope matters. If there is no hope, then there's no point we gathering here talking day and night, wasting our breath. That's just the truth. And I keep saying the thing. We have a candidate. Look at the supporters of Tinubu, don't let me mention it. Look at the supporters of other candidates that we allege that, don't let me use the word allege, okay, that we know that they are not decent or this and that. Their supporters will still die for them. Their supporters will still say, listen, we will vote for this man regardless of what he said. He has said or he's saying. And here we have a candidate and we keep talking about gloomy message all the time. I don't understand, to be honest. Why don't we just leave this? We know this fact. We know what is happening. We know terrorism. We know people murdering. We know the reason why we have vigilantes is because the security system or the armed forces are failed. If not, there is no point we having vigilantes in Nigeria. When I was back at home, I have to, one or two nights, I have to come out and sit outside with the security guy, this and that. It's because of the absence of things have failed. So, let's focus on the hope, please. I'm not saying what people have highlighted there. It's not fact. They are fact. But you can say for sure that the present government that we have, whether we talk from now till thy kingdom come, things ain't going to improve. Things are not going to improve. The hope we need to preach is let's focus on this man that is credible. No, the majority of people that is following Peter Obi is not because of he's an Igbo man. No. It's because of his credibility, his humbleness, his honesty. And because he was once a governor in the country, and if he has done something wrong, people would have fished it out by now. They would have fished it out and bring it to limelight. Even the money they said they invested, he didn't eat the money. Fine, maybe that is a wrong judgment on his side, but he didn't hit the money. It's still far better than those who take the money and go and put it in Swiss account and everything, and we're suffering. I know of someone whose child was given injection in Nigeria that a nurse is not supposed to give, and the child died immediately. That is murder. So let's focus on. I don't know if I'm the only one crazy on. If I'm crazy on this platform, if I am, please tell me. I don't understand. Let's leave this gloomy thing. We know it ain't gonna change for the now. It ain't gonna change. CM, just hold on. You come in, okay? You can challenge what I said. I just want us to just. It's depressing when we keep saying this thing. These things happen. I'm not. If I say I'm in denial of it, then I'll be an hypocrite. I'm not denial of it because I experience it. I've experienced it. I've experienced the corruption. I've experienced the killing. I've experienced it. So if I say that, then I'm an hypocrite. I recognize that. I acknowledge that. But for crying out loud, we are fighting for a change, and let us focus on that fight. And preach this man the way people preach Jesus Christ. I know speakers say we don't need to beg people to vote or that. If we need to beg them to vote, we need to beg them because we want a change. That doesn't mean we are compromising. If I need to beg, I will beg. Please vote for this man. Let's give him a chance. We've had bad leaders in the past, but this is different. Let's give him a chance. And while we give him a chance, we also pray for him that he live up to expectation and turn the tides around and change things for us. That is what I want us to be doing. I'm not here to dictate to anyone or to the moderator. It's your show. You can bring up topic, but when things becomes too gloomy, I don't like it. That's just the truth. when we hammer on facts that we know we cannot change, what are we going to do? What are we going to do about it? Honestly speaking, and in respect, I don't know, I don't know that topic, but in respect to whether the RCCG or people have come out to support a candidate, I don't know why people are kind of. I think some of us are afraid to make response to that. I'm a minister of God, so I'm going to say, and anyone can challenge me, but if you are going to challenge me, make sure you have the Bible in your hand, because you have to give me scriptures, please. I'm going to speak to the Christian community, and this may offend some of us, and I'm not going to apologize. I apologize, but on this case, I'm not going to apologize. If you read your Bible from Genesis to Revelation, Christians take position in the realm of power. Over the years, we've been preached to that politics is evil. If they say politics is evil and we refrain from politics, people who are evil will take over. We have no choice. And two, credibility, accountability, and fairness and justly is highlighted in the scripture. So if you see a man as a pastor, you see a man that is credible, that is accountable, that is fair and just, and you cannot open your mouth to say, vote for this man, then you fail in the duty of care as a pastor. I say this with full authority. You have failed in your duty of care. Daniel was a prime minister, and the three Hebrew children. In Acts chapter 7, they have to appoint 7 men with honest and good report. So what are we not talking about? We go to the same market. They buy generator to run their churches and everything. And you say you cannot come out and tell me, tell your members to vote for somebody of Christ. Who do you want to tell them to vote for then if it's not them? God is the author of politics. Take it or leave it. I say that with all authority. And I have told Christians, who cares, because you go to the same market, you will suffer the same. It is only in Nigeria where we exercise faith for electricity. So are you suggesting because you exercise faith for electricity, you know God better than those who experience electricity 24/7? It is only in Nigeria we catch witch and witchcraft over issues that we could have dealt with. I'm not denying the fact that there is no spiritual powers everywhere. Of course, I agree. I know there's there. But we have a God who is greater than the spirituality. So if any minister of God, quote me, my name is Oyinkro Androlobio, I'll give you my full name, quote me, if any minister of God cannot come out to say, vote for this man, he or she has failed in their duty of care. Because the state of the country that it is right now, if you cannot come out, that means you don't want the good of the country. If you have sentiment to it, or say, oh, politics, that we shouldn't mix religion and politics. Who said so? It's in the Bible. Religion and politics goes together. Daniel was, I repeat again, Daniel was a prime minister and he did well. Other people are there. God raised kings. So if we say, oh, well, what has it? I'm not mentioning any passage. I'm saying any minister of God, male or female, who have not come out to say, vote for a credible person. And we all know, without a shadow of God, the present credible person among every one of them is Peter Obi, because he's honest. He said he has shown the old man what is good and what the Lord requires of you, to show mercy and to love justly and to humble yourself before God. Peter Obi humbled himself. He is a man that shows me that is kind. Let's forget about everything. Even though they tried to tarnish his image and everything, they still failed at the end of the day. So we need to focus and preach this hope that, listen, let's just give this man a chance. Let us give him a chance. Let's focus on his good work. Let us try to change the mind of, because the mind of the people right now over the years is something else, and you just need to help them to change the. If, like I said, if I need to beg, I will beg. Please vote for him. It takes nothing from me. It doesn't make me less who I am. It doesn't make anything. It doesn't take anything from me. I will beg. Please, I'm begging you in the name of God. Vote for this man and give him a chance. I don't know if there's any other topic you want me to, which I have missed, please. If I have, please just bring it to my attention before I yield the floor. Hello, Kachi. I
It's
think we
Kachi.
lost Kachi.
No,
Are
no,
you
no.
sleeping on duty?
Yeah.
Okay, I said if there's any topic I've missed out, could you bring it to my attention so that I can wait on it?
No problem. I'll bring it to your attention if I need to ask you anything. But are you done making your contributions, please?
Yes, I'm done. That's what I
Okay.
mean. I'm done.
Just, just
All
a
right.
brief a, a brief, please catch a brief, just a minute or two interjection. Just not only interjection, just to clarify one or two things.
Go ahead, Mr. CM.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for your delivery, Alex. Or is it yes, Alex? When I said, it's not that I'm trying to deviate from my core value of preaching hope and telling people not to lose hope. Help is on the way. You see, the thing is, I sort of reflected on this issue at that the case of the Zamfara Emir, Zamfara governor suspending an emir because he bestowed the chieftaincy title on a known terrorist. To me, they are terrorists, not bandits. You see, what the thing got me thinking, because I felt, so somebody, a governor, he knows that the guy is a bad guy, in other words, a terrorist. And then as long as the guy was not given a chieftaincy title, so it's okay not to tell the police or the security agencies to get him arrested and prosecute him, because these are the people we are looking for, supposedly. But because of the fact that he was given a chieftaincy title, then he now raised an eyebrow, which means either they are working in cahoot or something like that. You see, that is what now made me to think, say, look, is this what really the mess P2B will inherit when he comes in? How is he going to tackle this? Because when you see somebody like a governor, he's a leader. A governor at any level is a leader. And then you know what is the essence what is the point that you know that somebody is a terrorist? And then you allow the person, you couldn't even, at least by the power conferred on you as the governor, you could have alerted the police, get him arrested, get him prosecuted, and then people will say, oh yeah, there's a terrorist, the governor did this. Yet the chap is causing, these are the people causing havoc in Zamfara state. Now, just imagine the fact that on the day of the chieftaincy something, there will be bad guys also among the crowd that must have witnessed the show. And these are the chap's friends. So what really type of Nigeria are we talking about? That's why I said Nigerian problem is hypocrisy. I said it here. I think the chap that spoke after me, Zete Jimo, agreed. So, oh, sorry, it's not Alex, it's Andrew. So, what I'm saying is, it's not that I'm no longer preaching, I'm trying to give people gloomy hope. No. But when you look at it again, you now wonder, what really are we? What really are we talking about? Bandits terrorists are killing people. At least today is 19th. If care is not taken, between the past 7 days, there must have been people killed in that same Zamfara by terrorists, and the governor is aware, which means he's in cahoots. He's working with them, and these are the people that hopefully, if he hasn't left, P2B comes in next year, they will come to Council of State meeting, and all of them will sit around at Abuja and then start to analyze state
Okay.
issues. So this is one of the things that made me to say, look, are we really we? Because this is for a governor. Are we really we, governor of a state, saying this type of thing? It's more implicating than it is more of a sort of trying to. He implicates himself much more than he's able to extricate himself from this type of
Okay,
something.
Mr.
So I
CM.
want you to see it in that angle, please. And
All right. All right.
I have not said I'm still
Sorry, Madam
concerned.
Kachi. Can I correct CS, please? I mean CM, please. CM, with due respect. Now, you can't say the man is in cohort with them because you don't have evidence of such. Okay, you can put it as your opinion. Number
Yes.
two, he was still brave enough to whatever, whether it's a calculated one, he was still brave enough to oppose the chieftaincy title. Okay, so we need to give him credit for that. Number one, and see that this and that. But there are other worse situations that has happened in the country and nobody has been brought to justice. So we can't just pick one single one that happened on the 18th or 19th. How about those that were killed in Owo? How about the people that during the SARS movement that were
We'll
killed?
be talking about that, Mr. Alex, obviously.
How about who has been brought to justice? So you don't just, you can't
Then,
isolate one thing and say, oh,
yeah,
because of this one
more,
thing
uh,
the
uh,
nation is no, it's
Andrew,
not.
Andrew,
Anyways,
must he take a chieftaincy title for him to expose such a? That's what that is the point. Must he take
CM,
chieftaincy?
don't
Yes, please.
use one case. That's what I'm saying. Look at everything in context. Listen, I said sorry, Madam Kachi. I am very sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize to the panelists. There are situations that is worse than that nobody has been brought into, nobody has been brought to justice to today. So I can't just pick one and say because of that the nation should, what are we doing, what's the nation for, let's just divide, let's just go our separate. And I believe we have said it on this platform that even if we are going to divide the process, there's what we call process. If you are seeking for division now, that means you are saying let's go to war, and that is what
That's
happened
not
during the
true. I don't think that's true. That's propaganda. If you're
John, if you need to interrupt me, I told you once before you don't like people interrupting you. If you interrupt me again, I'm going to tell you something you don't like. Don't do that
okay,
again. I said respect is reciprocal,
you can
please.
say whatever you like, but I won't allow you to spread propaganda. It's not calling
But,
for war to ask division of
but
Nigeria.
you have your time to speak. Do not
Kachi,
interject me.
Kachi, please, can you take over the floor? All these things, Percy cannot talk. I don't understand.
Mr. Alex, Mr. Andrew, please.
I yield the floor to you. Thank you.
One person just be talking all over the places.
If you have problem in me talking over the places, Teobalat, you can challenge me. Just mention my
Please, I
name.
did
Don't be
not mention
afraid.
your name. You are not the only person there.
Andrew,
When people
can
talk,
you guys
I do not interject them.
stop?
You talk, I don't
Can
interject
you
you. So
guys
what's your
just
problem?
stop?
So please allow him give us lecture. Teobalat, give us lecture.
No, I mean,
Yeah, please.
for
Can
someone,
you guys please just
no,
stop?
Kachi, it's fine. But
Kachi, your this is not working fine. No.
for someone to say that, I'm going to say something that you don't like, say it. I mean, I want to hear what you have to say. I'm not a little child. Say what you have to say. But it's propaganda to say that by the country dividing, you're asking for war. But don't come here and say, if you say something again, if you're interrupting me again, I'm going to say something you don't like. Say it. Say it. Open your mouth and say it. Think I'm afraid of you?
Okay, guys, can you guys hear me, please? Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. This just came to my notice, and I decided to share this with you guys. You know, we're talking about insecurity in the country. Like I said before, Nigeria Watch is a news platform. We can't exactly just choose one thing to be talking about just because one person doesn't like a particular thing. So we're meant to talk about anything that comes to our notice, provided is, you know, the guideline of YouTube and the guideline of Nigeria Watch as mainstream media supports it. We're going to show it. You know, basically, we're here to let people aware, let people know what is going on around them, let people understand why they have to make the decision that they have to make in 2023 elections. So there you have it, guys. A 19-year-old girl identified as Precious Agbonka had been raped and stabbed to death by yet to be identified persons in her home in Edo State. It was gathered that the young lady was the only one at home when she was attacked, as her family had left for church. This is Edo State now, guys. It's not the north. This happened in Edo State. A close source who confirmed Precious' death said the incident happened on Sunday, July 17th, at a residence in Agbenebode State, Agbenebode, Edo State. She has been stabbed multiple times in various parts of her body when family found her after they got home from church on Sunday. They also noted that those things were found all around her room. Friends have trooped to social media to mourn the demise of the 19-year-old. A Facebook user, Joseph Daniel, wrote, "I can't believe you are no more, dear R.I.P." He had breaking video making the rounds online showed the mother of the crying profusely as she sat on the floor by her daughter's corpse. We have the video here, guys, but unfortunately I can play it because it's so gory. It's really, really scary to watch, and it's against the guideline of YouTube. And now it's saying that allegedly the men are responsible, but that has not been confirmed yet. But that is what is making the round right now on social media. When is this ever going to stop? When is this ever going to stop? It's just breaking, guys. We will keep talking about different things as they happen, because it's actually just remain one place just because, you know, a person doesn't like this thing. We need to create awareness. We need to keep talking about the news so people can understand.
Kachi, can I say something, please? It's me, Mr. Alice. Please. Please, can I say something? Hello? Can you hear me?
It's like it's catching on there. I thought
Can you guys hear me?
I think she's
Yes,
having
I
problems.
can hear. Okay,
I
it's
think she's
Alex.
having
I can hear you, Alex.
Okay. Yes. Before Kachi comes up, I just want us to know that I want the family of the bereaved to, may God grant them the fortitude to bear the loss. We are all here on the same mission, though with different strategy and different ideas. We shouldn't fight ourselves. I want the family of that girl, if they are hearing me, the family of that girl, to take the dead body to the government house. Let our deputy governor and the state governor eat the dead body, the commissioners and the House of Assembly members who have taken wrong decisions in reaching agreement to agree for whatever in whatever capacity with this killer machine in Abuja. Because Edo State is not Abuja. Edo State is not Kaduna. Edo State is not Kanu. Edo State is not Sokoto, where you can kill anybody in the name of religion and get away with it. So for me, this is when you take wrong decisions, it's going to affect you one way or the other. They are lucky that it hasn't happened to a stubborn family. We know that you cannot be bigger than government. But a stubborn family, they will take that dead body and place the dead body on government gates. They will pass that day and they will be seeing that dead body, that corpse. They should kill everybody in that family. This is the result of the wickedness, bribery and corruption. This is the result of the ability to stand for your state and say, hey, Oga in Abuja, please, you can do your killings in your style. In that side. Because this is not time for sentiment. You have to say it the way it is, my dear brothers and sisters. I'm a Benin person. I'm aggrieved. I'm boiling as I'm here. I'm saying it again. They've not met the wrong family. I'm serious. I'm not praying for it to happen. They've not met the wrong family. I'm talking to the Edo State governor, and I'm talking to the deputy governor, the commissioners, House of Assembly members, who cannot caution this, who allowed the Fulani herdsmen to take over our forest. And they've been struggling people for 2 years. Only recently, the deputy governor came up to say they should chase them out. People you have allowed in, how do they chase them out? How? How do you chase out 800,000 people? I mean, in one day, how do you chase them out? So they know the business agreement. I cannot allege anything. They know the agreement they've reached. They should eat that dead body. If I were in that family, I will take that dead body to government house tomorrow morning. The whole world will see it. God forbid, may it not happen in my family, but there are family of mad people. People who are mad with ideas. Because we know what is going on. We understand the politics. This is not what we voted, what we cast our vote for in 2020. We didn't vote to be killed. We didn't vote to be murdered. We didn't vote to be slaughtered. We didn't vote to be invaded. And you tell me that we are one Nigeria and somebody is raping my own sister and killing her in the farm? Hell no. Hell no. For me, there is no English on this. But I'm very angry on this. I'm sorry, guys. I may cross the line a bit. You may not like me right now. But the governor right now is responsible because we voted him to protect us.
Okay, Mr. Alex. I'm
Kachi?
going to come back to you pertaining this topic. I'll come back to you, please. You guys
Kachi?
apologize. I'm having
Kachi,
some
before you
technical
go forward,
issues
please,
again.
can I ask you a question, Madam Kachi?
Mr. Chiobala, please go ahead.
Okay, was the girl killed by Fulani or is an Edo people?
Allegedly, it has not been confirmed, but she was stabbed multiple times and raped.
Does it really matter?
You know,
Okay,
when
anyway.
I've already heard the news. She was killed by a Fulani herdsman. I've heard the news too.
Okay.
I've heard the news.
Can I please say something? I mean, look, first of all, I really respect everyone on this panel, and I find it an honor to be in the midst of you guys and talk about the things that affect all of us. So I never in any way mean to disrespect anyone, but I think it's important for us to separate Peter Obi from some of the things that we're talking about that's wrong with Nigeria. So no matter how much anyone believes in Peter Obi, I would never discourage them from, like CM, I would never discourage CM from airing, or Alex or anyone here from airing their just disdain and frustration with Nigeria, because that's what it means to be a true patriot. A true patriot isn't somebody who sits around and just hopes for hoping's sake. A true patriot is someone who is actively engaged, not just in terms of putting your vote, because we all know you can vote, but people buy votes as well. A true patriot is someone who's actively engaged in not only the political process, but the day-to-day discussion of what's going on in the country that they live in. And we're talking about a 19-year-old girl who should have had her whole life ahead of her, and she wasn't killed by anything other than terrorists that the government knows are there. And we're supposed to this happens every day, and we're supposed to just say, okay, why isn't, the frustration that I have with Peter Obi, is that why hasn't he come out and said, he'll come out and say he doesn't agree with IPOB, or he believes, why can't he come out with his own mouth and say Fulani herdsmen in Nigeria are causing a massive problem? Is it a crime for Peter Obi to come out and say that if he becomes president, that he will deal with are we so afraid? Are the indigenous people of Nigeria so afraid of Fulani that they can't open their mouth and say and demand from politicians that want to come and be their president that they
my dear brother, I may come in here, although I've heard Peter Obi say he will negotiate with agitators and deal with terrorists. But for me, as far as I'm concerned, my governor in Edo State is responsible to me. I don't know Buhari before, and I don't want to know him. I don't know Fulani people. The debt is on the head of the state government because they brought in these guys. From Edo State down to the north is very far away. They brought in these guys without checking them in the name of they have right to live anywhere in Nigeria, freedom of movement. But in critical conditions like this, according to the Nigeria Constitution, you have right to suspend certain things. And checked by me, and I said he has not met the wrong family. You don't toy with every family. Government house is
of Imo State, where you have the
they bomb Kuje prison, and Nigeria is a no man's land. Every governor should defend their state, not to be seen to be joining these wicked terrorists. I don't know what is going on. I thought it's one of us. How can you be in a state as a governor? You cannot investigate killings, the highest sin in the Bible, killing, spilling of blood in your state. We've never heard about any investigation.
Okay.
Anyways, I will just leave it there, guys. I'm very emotional right now. I feel the pain. I feel the pain of the family of that lady. Do you know what it is to raise a child up to 19? A girl with a lot of future, a lot of dreams, just cut off like that, and we say we have a governor who cannot challenge the status quo of the killing machine in Abuja.
Alex,
who cannot? Oh
Alex,
my goodness!
Alex, you don't have to apologize to anybody. The way you're feeling is a human response. My
dear brothers and sisters, some governors have sold themselves. Some governors have sold themselves. They've sold their birthright for a pot of porridge, for ministerial appointments in the future, for senatorial promises. Some governments have sold, and they've sold our security apparatus. For me, this is what we are going through in those states. Everybody is just living on the edge, on the brink. And we say we have a governor who came happy hand, begging for our vote just 2 years ago, promising he will protect us, promising a lot of things, and he has done almost nothing. Especially in this area of security of lives and property, which is the most important thing.
So another person can talk.
My dear, can I just say a few things regarding this, Mr. Alex? Honestly, I feel your pain, and you see the same way you're talking, the same pain you're feeling. That is exactly how I feel right now. Okay, not because I'm not an Edo man, but for me, no Nigeria is supposed to be killed the way they are being murdered since the Buhari terrorist administration. And one thing with us is that some people doesn't even feel what is happening because it hasn't happened closer to them. Just a few days ago, 14 youths were murdered in I think in Imo State, who were coming back from wedding by this same terrorist group in the name of Ebubago.
They said we should not talk about it.
Oh, who said you should not talk about it? Why?
They say there are other one happening around. We should just forget about this one. As if we are.
You cannot forget about what is happening.
Of course, they say we should close our mouth.
We can't close our mouth. We have to talk about it. These are lives. It doesn't matter whether they happen in the east or not. These are lives. They are human beings. They are people's children. They are people's brothers. They are people's sisters. They have parents. These are human beings. And Buhari and the government in Nigeria, the politicians in Nigeria are there gallivanting, swinging or throwing party, doing as if nothing is going on, and we all the citizens kept quiet and kept mute, and then even defending them. Some of us even come to platform like this and be defending these criminals. Just like somebody was defending Peter Obi for going meeting criminal what is it called? Babangida the other day, and people are saying it's okay, he can meet. Okay, why are we blaming Gumi for going to meet the terrorists, for going to negotiate with them? Why are we blaming Gumi for going to negotiate with terrorists? If we cannot blame Peter Obi for going to meet Babangida, who is worse than a terrorist, why are we blaming Gumi? We are all Nigerians. We are all hypocrites. I'm telling you. May God help all of us. May God forgive all of us our sins.
That's why I called to question one Nigeria, because if you remember when 9/11 happened,
there is no one Nigeria. They should destroy, balkanize this thing and let everybody go. The Nigeria cannot stand as one with the kind of way this killing are being done. When we have our own different countries, all these wicked politicians, each individual country will require them to account for their wickedness and their evil.
As an example,
please, we are not here to talk about division of the country.
We know.
We have a common goal here, please.
We know that, But what I'm saying is when we witnessed 9/11, when the terrorists attacked America, all of America reacted negatively. But people in Benue State today that are in IDP camps, nobody talks about it except if they're in Benue. When something happens in Niger State, people, unless you're living in Niger, nobody really feels the pain. The massacres that are happening all over the Southeast now by government military officials, nobody talks about it. They just say, okay, maybe they're IPOB, or maybe they're just Igbo people that are misbehaving. When people get killed in Edo State, nobody cares except when they're in Edo State. I just wonder, is it really one country? We're not trying to. I think it's real patriots are people who can come out and talk about these things and question the foundation that the country stands on. And all we're saying is that the foundation that the country stands on, as long as we shy away from the actual conversation of is that foundation real, we're just lying to ourselves. How can
my dear brother, my dear brother, sorry for coming in, please. Once more, just a minute, guys. I don't mean to be rude. I respect you all. You know, we are one on this platform. What you just said just now, everybody keep running from it. I'm campaigning for Peter Obi, no doubt. The foundation of this country must be visited. What the British government don't want us to know, we have to dissolve it. We have to renegotiate our stay together. You cannot be killing me and you call me my neighbor. No, hell no.
Exactly.
You can't be killing me and call me your neighbor. I'm not a Nigerian with a northerner. I'm sorry, I have to say this. I'm very sorry, my dear brothers. I'm very sorry. Peter Obi will still win the elections, but this is the real truth. You cannot solve a problem from the top. It's the foundation of the house that determines how long it will stay. It will stand the test of time. I mean, this is my area of studies. You cannot solve problem by dancing around the bush. How did we become one? How did we become this country? How were we? I mean, if our great-grandfather, our father, our grandfather couldn't talk, why can't we talk? Why can't we talk? What's the problem with us? We are seeing Sri Lankas taking over their government house. I'm not encouraging violence, but we must answer. We must face the real question. We must, as the election is going on, as the campaigns are going on, we must keep asking these questions. How did we get to where we are? Who made us Nigerians? Who am I? Where did I come from? Where did my father come from? This is the root of insecurity, because we don't believe the same thing. We hold life sacrosanct from, in a dog state, if you are killing a goat, you feel like you are killing a human being. Well, I mean, we value human life. So how did these people don't care about human being? How did they become one with me? So we have to question these things. British Parliament has a lot to tell us. The British Museum, the British Archives need to bring some documents out from 1914 and let us analyze who we are, who we really are, and negotiate how we can stay together or split this killing machine nation of. I just lost words.
My brother, let me come in here, okay? Thank you so much. Listen, I think we all know that this amalgamation, according to record, is for 100 years. And that 100 years expired 2014. And then that presupposes that we should have all come together after that expiration of this contraction called Nigeria to now decide, are we able to live together?
Can you manage this
continue? You said what?
CM?
Do we continue as well or not? Because we cannot continue.
Yes.
Can you manage this platform, because they are deviating what we are talking about? People are just angry, discussing.
Yes. A video was shown. That's why we are all reacting. Anyways, let's not look for us.
Please, one moment, gently, please. I know, please. Who is talking? Just hold on. Do you know
I
one
think
thing?
it's the turn of Mr. Jude now to say something.
I know Jude is still coming. Jude, don't worry, you will continue. Just give me a minute. You see, Tiobala, with all, sometimes the purpose, it is true that when we come here, Kachi will show us the topics for the day. But you must agree, I know, you Tiobala, you must agree with all the sentiment expressed by Alex and the rest of the people. I mean, this is quite unbecoming. So when something like this, that's in other words, when something that is beyond, I mean, we've not had this type of something discussed here before.
No, you don't understand me, Mr. Singh.
Yes,
my point is that they have the right. I think they should go from one person to the other. It's the turn of Mr. Jude now to make his opinion. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Let's go after the other. Okay, let's try and coordinate ourselves. Yeah, you are right.
After Jude, when you finish, I will now appoint another person so that we
okay, all right. Let's do it ourselves. All right.
Okay,
Jude.
Okay, thank you everybody, and appreciate everybody that have heard their feelings, and I thank God for this forum that we all have opportunity to lend our voices. And I want to let everybody know that whatever we come here to say, it's not just only few of us that are on this platform. We are just privileged to be on the platform to be able to talk. But there are thousands and thousands of people out there that are listening to us, and many more will still watch this program as time goes on. Okay? So whatever we are saying, whatever we come here to say, it's not just, we're not just ranting. We are making progress. We are lending our voices to the ills in condemning the ills in our society. It's part, we are educating people. First of all, you can't solve a problem without identifying that problem. Okay? As someone in the medical field, when a patient comes to you, you have to first of all do an assessment, and then before you do your diagnosis, that will become a roadmap for you to, taking care of that patient, knowing the right treatment, the right drug. So if everybody keep quiet, there's no way things can be solved in our society. Those who are oppressing us will continue to oppress us because they will think, oh, these people doesn't matter, and they don't even bother. I know them, Nigeria, they won't talk. They are very stupid. They are very dumb. They won't talk. And this is exactly the attitude of the politicians in Nigeria. They have taken Nigeria for granted, that they don't even care about your feeling, about how you feel. Okay? They don't even, and more so because people don't even confront them. We don't have when they say there is a protest, 1,000, 2,000, at most 3,000 people will gather in different sports and parties everywhere. But we won't see people coming out like in many advanced countries. Have hundreds of thousands of people will be on the street in different cities and everywhere, occupying places that matter. And then at the end of the day, they will force their government to do whatever they want them to do. We don't have such in Nigeria. Why? Because we live in a divided country, in a country that is not real, in a country that, though the politicians have succeeded by brainwashing us with religion as well, with the GOCs, the pastors, and so on, who are most of them are working in cahoots with them, succeeded in brainwashing Nigeria to believe that Nigeria is one. Nigeria is not one, and it can never be one. That is the truth. It's only one in paper. It's only one when the politicians want to have their way. But it's never one. Okay? Then they will let us know whenever they want to campaign for election. Then they will now come back and let us know that Nigeria is divided. That hey, you must vote for this person because it's about jihad. Like they are telling people in the north now that they have to, some Muslims in the north, that this is about jihad. They shouldn't vote for Christian. They shouldn't vote for P2B. This, have to defend their religion. This is jihad. And these people, they have deliberately kept them uneducated, ignorant, so that whatever they tell them, they believe. And that is why they can go every year, every 4 years back to them and get their vote, even when they are the most impoverished, even when for a period of more than 30 years, they have been more than about 41 years or so now since the independence, they have had their own person being leader, being president in Nigeria, but that has not translated into anything that has to do with human development in that region. They are, as a matter of fact, we have the most poorest set of children or people in the north. And these people have been having power for more than 41 years since independence. Okay? So that is a big thing. Okay? As much as we shouldn't keep our mouth shut, we should continue to highlight all these evils happening in our society. Then they will know that these people actually know that the evil they are doing. Like many governors today are almost, in fact, they are working in cahoots with the Buhari terrorist administration for their selfish end to continue to sustain this hate.
God bless my brother. God bless you. God bless you.
Murdering, this heinous act of murdering, blood spitting, bloodletting, shedding of innocent blood every day in Nigeria. And then people think that it's okay. The terrorists we're talking about that was crowned. That terrorist in the north that was crowned, that was given a chieftaincy title, has even been declared long time ago, as by the Nigerian police as wanted. He was declared wanted, and now the same wanted individual, a terrorist, they now crown him. And the day they were crowning him, there was a policeman right behind him. If you watch,
thank you, Juden, thank
very
you,
well.
thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, considering the rounds we're going, John has spoken, I have spoken a little, at least Alex has spoken, so it will be between Teobala, Son of God, and Chooks. So please, Son of God,
Son of God, yes,
I
Son
haven't
of God.
finished, no?
No, just so that we give order. I mean, the point you are saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you are saying making Jude is quite relevant. It's just like most people have also touched on it. People must have listened. We know where you are headed to. So, it's a
Son of
Nigerian
God, please.
problem. It's just because that we are so. I mean, this is something. I mean, it's occurring every day so often. So that's why we're all getting annoyed and querying the very foundation of that country anyway. So please, let's Son of God. After that, Yobala, then Chooks in that order, so that before
I
it gets
want
back.
to, let me summarize.
Okay, guys,
Before,
can you please hear me now? Guys, can
Okay.
you please hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank God. You guys, I'm really so sorry. I've been battling with my internet right here. I apologize for that. I can see there's been a lot of chaos here. Everybody's talking, and I want to commend Mr. CM. I just saw that you were trying to moderate. Thank you so much, Mr.
they
CM.
asked me to, and I mean, we are doing okay, not really, but it's just that the
There was
killing
no
is so.
chaos. We're okay.
It's not
Yeah.
chaos. It's just
All
that
right,
when there are some news that will make you run mental. So this is
I
one of this is a
understand.
killing of 19-year-old girls.
I know,
So,
I know. And unless that person doesn't have a heart, I mean, anybody who sees and hears everything that is happening in Nigeria, most especially, would definitely feel bad and want to pour their hearts when they are making their contributions. But then it has come to my notice that Mr. Tiobala and Mr. John was a bit rude to Mr. Andrew. I just checked and I noticed that Mr. Andrew has left. Guys, please, I understand that sometimes some people can say things that we don't exactly support, but you guys are the ones always talking about constructive criticism and all of that. We shouldn't be rude to one another in order to make our contributions or say what needed to be said. So, Mr. Tiobala and Mr. John, please, I will appreciate it if that doesn't happen next time. I
Yes, I
was
can.
looking
Madam,
forward to.
Let me
Madam
just,
Kachi,
I'm
can I say
coming,
something?
guys. I'm coming. You guys will say something. You will say something. I was hoping I'll see Mr. Andrew here, but unfortunately, I think he has left. So, Mr. Andrew, if you're still watching the show, I apologize for that. And Mr.
Before you
Tiobala,
apologize, can we say
Mr.
something?
Tiobala, you were going to say something. Please go ahead and say what you wanted to say.
Fine. I did not insult anybody. It was Mr. John also that was trying to interject Mr. Andrew. Andrew said something that really got me annoyed, that if because they don't interject Mr. John E also, I don't know the person if I'm that is good to tell him or say something bad to him or something.
exactly. So I
You
can.
understand my point? And I
That's
said
the
that,
only.
you people are not the only people here on this platform. That is what I said though, and I was not even referring to him. CN was talking, Mr. Alex was talking, Johnny was talking. He just take it personal. That's
Yeah.
all. I did
So
not say anything further than that. Oh, that
yeah,
is
he
not.
didn't. So Theobala didn't say anything, and I do apologize, but I want to make it very clear. When Andrew came in and said that asking to break up the country is asking for, I feel like that's propaganda. So I just said that that's propaganda. But then he said something that, for a pastor to say, if you interrupt me again, because he said he's a pastor, he said he's a man of God, Abi. He said that if you interrupt me again, I'm going to say something that you don't like. And I just feel that, like, when somebody then goes to threaten you to say that, oh, if you say something again, I'm going to say something that you don't like. And he's a pastor because, he spent time talking about the Bible and the Word of God. I just felt like that just didn't connect with me, that a pastor that's supposed to be, preaching a message of forgiveness and peace and togetherness and brotherhood. Immediately after he gave his sermon, he immediately then says, "Oh, if you say something again, I'm going to say something that you don't like." I know we're all human beings, but that thing personally rubbed me in the wrong way, and I just wanted to correct him, asking for us to think about the foundation that Nigeria sits on. Is not a call for war. That is propaganda. So that's what I said. Thank you.
okay.
Okay, Mr. John and Mr. to Tiobala. I just wanted to put that out there so we know that we have to be returned not on this platform.
Please, can I
Watching us.
can
So please.
can I suggest if Andrew is still around, let him come back in. I mean that we are brother. If Andrew is listening, let him come back
Andrew
in.
is not here. Yeah,
Okay,
but I hope if he's watching, he can join the panel again. But right now, he's here. I can't find him.
Can you bring in Rita? Rita has
yes,
been
bring
waiting
in
behind for
Rita.
about 15 minutes now.
No.
Can you bring her? Because she's there 15 minutes.
Mr. Pan, thank you so much for super sticker. Thank you so much. And God bless you. I want to believe everybody has contributed. Mr. John,
I was about to speak.
No,
I was talking when they stopped
Before
me.
you came, so
Kachi, please allow me. It should be according to our rota now. It should be Son of God, Tiobala, then Chooks, then whoever comes after them. Because so to give everybody, I have spoken. John has spoken at least. Juden,
okay,
and
I,
Mr.
then
Son of God,
Alex.
I was talking. I only talk a few minutes. 2 or 3 minutes. I haven't
Juden,
finished.
come on, Juden. You've hit.
No, I haven't really finished. I wanted to speak about concerning the Vanguard
Supplement,
this thing
please.
showing
okay,
reading.
finish.
Next round,
Finish.
unless they concede to you. Next round.
Okay, finish. Then let me finish. Go ahead,
Okay,
finish.
what I want to say regarding that is that I feel so disappointed because it look as if why if that article or whatever is true that redeem that's the Pastor Deboye didn't want said it's not going to support any candidate in this 2023 election. The reason why I feel so disappointed is that I am 100% sure that if what is his name, the vice president had won had clinched their presidential candidate ticket, I'm sure that Adeboye will definitely support him. I'm sure he's going to roll out all his members and ask them, command them to go and vote for him. I'm sure he's going to go far and above to let his members even know that they are going to heaven, depend on them voting for Shibanjo. So why is it now because Shibanjo didn't win, and then he's now saying that he's not going to support any candidate? Does it mean he's not seeing, he hasn't found any candidate that is credible among all those candidates that are there? Is that what he's telling us? Showore is there, even if he doesn't want to support Peter Obi. Showore is there. There are many people. There are so many people. If he doesn't want to support PDP, Labour Party, and APC, there are many other candidates. So that shows the hypocrisy of this useless. Sorry to say. In fact, I'm not even apologizing them of this evil church leaders in Nigeria that have screwed the brain, twisted the brain of Nigerians, and are working in cahoots with these evil politicians because they come and dump money in their churches and they give them front seat every day, okay? And then they do whatever they like. How can somebody in this critical time in Nigeria, a pastor, will not be plain to say this is who I support in this election? That pastor is one of the problem of Nigeria. That's I submit my case for now.
Okay, so let me can I talk
Thing
very quickly because I'm going to be
should
quick
be Son
anyway.
of God. Please be brief. You know you have to touch and please be brief so that after that Tiobala then Chooks. Please, Son of God, it's your turn now.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to try. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, please try. Help us. Try brief.
Can you guys hear me? That's what I'm saying. Can you hear me?
My God, of course.
Mr. Son of God, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
Are you in Kuje prison?
Okay, yeah. So okay, let me just touch very quickly on this last point. At the very start, I mentioned the fact that if you want to be honest, what is going on here is that the RCCG are backing Tinubu. They just take it as that. That's what's happening. They don't want to come out and tell people that that's what's happening, but that's what is happening. The wife is a senior pastor in the church, so anyone that's telling that they're not backing Tinubu is just lying. Now, this issue, this last issue that caused a lot of people to get a bit upset. I do understand. I mean, the death of a very young person like that is not. It's only in a country like Nigeria that this type of thing happens. But it only asks us one question: what are we going to do about it? How are we going to come out of this? Because even if you want the country to, if you want the confederation, if you want the, if you want a if you want whatever we want, it's difficult now with the present people that are there for us to get anything meaningful. So we have to. I know it's difficult for many people to trust the process, to actually engage in this process and go forward to see how we can elect a new president, because people feel that it may not be straightforward. But what the only thing we have to play with the cards that we have. The cards that we've been dealt are what we have to play. So what do? We have to engage with the process, try and sensitize people, and see if there's a way we can vote these people out of office. Because the only way when we vote these people out of office that we can begin to get some sanity back. Because as long as these same people are in charge, it doesn't matter all the ideas you have, it doesn't matter what you want to do, nothing is going to work. So we just have to find a way of getting these people out, do our best, and just pray that whatever happens, these people, we can get them out and then begin to heal and begin to build, because Nigeria is at zero. Nigeria is in coma. So what we need to do is to get them out and then we begin to build. That's all we can do. So it's difficult sometimes when you look at what is going on in the country. It's very frustrating. It's really you don't know what to say. But what do? The only thing we can do is trust the process and we can you see how we can vote them out. That's the only thing we can do. There's nothing more
All
we
right,
can do.
thank
If
you.
you go
Thank
and if you
you.
come out, you make a lot of noise, it's going to change. So let's just do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Son of God. I can see Mr. Chris. Yeah, Mr. Chris, have you spoken today, please?
That we
Mr.
do not,
Chris.
Kachi, if you don't mind, the next will be Tiobala, then Chooks. Probably after that, Chris.
Yeah,
Yes, I know, but Mr. Chris have not spoken at all.
I just came in. I just came in.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, no
yeah.
problem. Since
So
you just came in.
I haven't.
All right,
Yeah.
Mr.
So I
Chris,
just
we'll get
have
to
to
you
listen.
shortly.
Thank you
We'll get
very
back
much.
to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Chris. Okay, Mr. Tiobala, Mr. CM, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you for a job well done. Thank
So
you.
Tiobala, you
Okay,
have the floor. You have the floor now.
Okay, I think you people have said most of the thing. We thank you all. First of all, there are some things I would like to throw more light on. We have to remain focused first of all, because if you are demanding for good governance or good anything, maybe there are process of doing it. Nigeria people came out to just demand for something, just common police brutality. Many of them were killed at Lekki toll gate. So demanding such thing, anything now, you know what happened to Nnamdi Kanu, you know what happened to Sunday Igboho. So whatever things you want to demand, if you cannot demand it here, I will advise you to go back to Nigeria and start demanding it. Then you know what Nigeria are facing over there. Until we elect a credible leader that will listen to the people, all this demand will not work. And besides, you know what is happening with the APC government. Okay, we talked about how a terrorist has been crowned, being chief. Thank God for the executive governor of the state who refused who come against it. But somebody also come here or came around, said something about we should not. I can't remember the person long ago on this platform just now, not quite long. That we should not be talking about Muslim ticket. We should not be talking about this and that. If you don't like this, vote the other person. The weapon that Labour Party have now is we are going to use to fight against anybody. We should not stop talking about it. One of them is that is the competency of the candidate, your health status, your relationship with Boko Haram, your relationship with drugs, and ability to balance equation. Like we have multiple religion. If you are not taking a Christian, you should be taking person worshiping maybe Songo or whatever. But you should not take one religion. Your party should not comprise of one religion body. leaving the other people alone or group or bodies. So what am I trying to say in a sense is that these are things we should keep on hammering on. Is a weapon we are going to use to fight against the so-called APC, most especially, even with the PDP as well. So many people have come on this platform telling you we should not be talking about this. If we are to be Labour Party that is in this condition that APC are currently in now, what would they have done? They would have used it to go against the Labour Party. It's a weapon we are going to keep on using. We should not stop talking about it. And I also want to let people know that the Christian Church of God, based on what they have read out here, over the years, Pastor Adeboye have been speaking ill of this government. He said something, the corruption that is happening in this Buhari government have never happened before. Not quite long he said that. Okay, she just come out. And recently, Christian Association of Nigeria, came out with a notice, the kind of candidate they should vote for. That the person must be in good health, must not have any case related with drugs, must not have any case related with terrorists. In terms of competency and everything, they talked about that. Okay, recently, a woman in Abuja also said something about it. These are Christian body. Even last Sunday here, David Abioye in Abuja also said something that one political party especially, go again by choosing Muslim tickets. That are you going to tell the whole world that there is no competent Christian in the north? He mentioned the person that fly the first aircraft or something. He mentioned notable men who are Christian in the northern part of the country. So the people are speaking. He tells them the direction. I don't know. Should they kill people before they know they are speaking about it? All the pastors in Nigeria, they are all speaking. What we see? It's so unfortunate that we'll come here and start rubbing things on Christianity or religion. The most important thing that what APC are doing right now is not fair, and we should work against it. Fine. We should not just allow all this sentiment. Fine, we have the right. Like the issue of killing. That is the more reason we should keep on talking about this issue of terrorism or whatever, APC, whatever. Going with Muslim ticket. Look at what just happened. That is the more reason I was asking Alex or Kachi if it had been confined to Fulani as the one responsible for that innocent girl. See what just happened. If we were to be in a state society, that thing would have not happened. And we have been able to lay a trace to those people who are responsible for all these things. Regarding to Adeleke victory or fine. Some people are condemning the person of David. What's it called? Davido. Fine. It is uncle. And besides, people should take note of this. If Labour Party have gotten like 100 votes in that election, I bet you Adeleke would have won that election. Whether be competent or not competent, that's my concern right now. The most important thing is that we are looking for a way to crumble this APC, first of all. Because they are the one who is the architect of all this terrorism and everything. So when people are playing game, I know of many people who are supporting Labour, they voted Adeleke. Not because he's competent, because of they don't want a situation where one man will just come from nowhere and start imposing candidates on them. We should try to be logical in some way. We must, if for instance I'm in a Edo State or I'm in a Osun State, for instance, I may not even vote Labour Party candidate. Yes, it's not a bad party right now. It's a bad individual. If you like present NJ, if you present NJ in PDP and you present Devil in a Labour Party, I will vote PDP. That's how it goes. We should not be talking about party. This is not about party right now. It's about individual. And with Peter B coming out, people meeting an individual, he had the right to meet anybody, as long as they are Nigerians, to consult. If you are fighting, you know what is happening in Nigeria, you need to consult, know what is happening, know the next battle, and how to take it down. The most important thing is that is the youth, is the masses that are in charge of this election now. We should try to preach hope, not a message of division.
A minute, Tiobala. Probably, I don't know whether you watched the video just to nudge you in another direction. Omar Gali Naba. Do you have anything to say about it?
Who?
Omar Gali Naba, former Speaker of the House of Reps. Or have you spoken about it before?
No, I didn't watch that video.
You didn't watch it? Okay, I think he's anyway. Well, just to cut in short, just continue where you are, so that probably maybe.
Okay. The most important thing is that I just want you people to know, Christian body, even the Muslim community are also speaking against this Muslim ticket. Because okay, fine, as we speak right now, the people in Redeem that most of us are even talking about right here are also feeling the pain, the killings, the insecurity, the high cost of living in the society. So please, we should try as much as we can to come and not being divided among ourselves. We should try as much to cool that emotion. And no matter what, and sorry, is not here because somebody here said something that I could remember. He said we should not. Somebody mentioned the killing in the east just 2 days ago. How 40 people were being slaughtered. Somebody also came here on this platform that they should not be talking about it. That is not the only case that happened. The people will be killed in war. People have been killed here. Of course, we have been talking about these places. This is just recent. And
but Yobala, let me just put it this way: a man who has 5 children and all of them reason the same way, it means he has gotten only a child.
You are right.
So that should explain everything to you. Meanwhile, I think you could maybe if you need more 30 seconds more so that we can move to Chooks before
most importantly, we
yes,
just have
Chooks
to come
before
together.
the new guy.
We just have to come together. The preaching against as in we just have to come together and fight a common goal. We should forget about division.
Okay.
Like anything that will make us lose focus. We should forget about it right now.
Thank you.
Please, CM Punk. Please, CM Punk. Please, CM, just 30 seconds, please. One thing I want us to know is that every governors in Nigeria, for either be it APC or PDP, they are pursuing the same political agenda on their platform. Okay, because if you look at what is happening in Nigeria now, almost all the governors in Nigeria are in cahoots with what is happening in Abuja. Either
I bet to disagree with that one.
Hold on. Now that APC, PDP had won
Osun State.
Osun because of the support and whatever they gave them, right? Now, during general election, that dancing governor will want to deliver Osun to P2B.
Governor cannot.
That every Nigerian is fighting for today. Do you think that is
what you don't understand?
That state to P2B? That is impossible.
Please, one moment. Hold on.
Can I answer
please,
that?
Please, if somebody is talking, let's not interrupt, please. Let's not interrupt, please. If somebody is talking, let one person talk.
Just allow him. When he finish, I can give you 20 or 30 seconds. Then you rebut it before we go to. Please don't lose your trend of thought. What is the name? Chooks.
Yeah, because every time they keep interjecting me, and I wait when people finish their own.
It's okay.
You know what? Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that there is no way that dancing governor during 2023 is going to deliver that state to P2B. It's not going to happen. Except we all want to deceive ourselves. He's going to work to deliver it to his own party because he's working for his own party and not for the people. Because if he's going there actually for the people, he will know that we are in a critical situation in Nigeria now, that every part of Nigeria ought to be delivered to P2B if we want to move forward.
Thank you, Julian. Point taken. Point well made. We've had it. Theobald, are you still willing to put anything on?
Yes, the point here is that governor has nothing to do to deliver anything. Even the Obaseki that went to Osun State did not deliver Osun State to PDP. It was the people who resolved to vote Adeleke. Okay. With the new electoral law now, you just have to present a credible candidate and do your campaign. That is all.
Thank you. So Chooks Obi Bueze. It will be Obi Bueze. Now what was Obi Bueze? Obi Bueze. So I don't know. Thank you. Then after you, it will be Chris. Then we go back to
Mr.
Alex.
CM.
Yes, please.
Mr. CM, please hold on. Please hold on. Irene Finest, please, if you can, I don't mind. I'm seeing the comments right there. If you can, I'm here now. Please, I wouldn't mind. I'm having so much technical issues right now, guys. I really do apologize. I want to say thank you again to Mr. CM for trying to hold it together. Thank you, Mr. CM. I'm super grateful. Thank you. Mr. CM, who was about to speak? please.
After Chooks Bibweze, it will be Chris. Then after Chris, we go to Alex. Then back to John E. Unless somebody else come in. After John E, probably I won't speak. Then we go to Juden, Tiobala. That way we keep.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
So
we're going to
Chooks.
be doing 4 hours,
No,
and
not
it's
Chris.
almost 4 hours.
Chooks
So
Bibweze.
please hold
Yeah.
on, Mr. Chris. But every other person has contributed, right? Apart from Mr. Chris.
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
I think so, yes.
Okay, since every other person has contributed apart from Mr. Chris, Mr. Chris will round the game.
Yeah, good evening,
Okay, see ya.
good evening, Kachi.
Everybody's
Can you
getting in
hear
the
me?
comment section.
Yes, I can. Kachi, what is holding you? Why not bring in Rita?
Kachi, can you hear me?
Hello.
Kachi?
We can hear you. We can hear
We
you.
can
We
hear
can
you,
hear
but
you,
I think she
Irene.
got problem with her internet.
Okay. Okay, Kachi, if you can hear me, just move your side. The noise is distracting the both sides. Okay, good evening, everyone. This is Irene Finance. I just come in because of the network issue Kachi is facing. I will be helping her for the moderation. Good to meet you, everyone. I would like to know the person that was speaking.
I think I've said it before. Let me not. So after Chooks, please, Alex. After Chooks, it will be Chris. Then after Chris, Alex. After Alex, John E. After John E, then
No, hold on.
no,
I mean the person that was speaking now. The person that owns the floor.
I think it's Chooks. Chooks, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Then after you, Chris. Thank you.
What did Tiobala finish?
Tiobala has long spoken. Yes.
Okay. Mr. Choose, can you continue, please?
Yes, please. Thank you once again for bringing me in. We tend to sometimes use emotions, to judge what is happening to us. And I wish, some of my friends and families, we've been having arguments with this. One thing we got to realize is this: without changing the government, there's nothing you can do. I do tell people, some of my family members or friends, they are members of IPOB. I'm not a member because I understand that there's nothing you can do without actually bringing in people who is willing to listen to you. And this is the problem why, if the youth come outside to say, no, we don't like this, they just get killed. So this is why we are asking the youth to come out this time to use the political process to make a statement. And once that statement is made, we can take back our country. I so strongly believe that if we can be able to get Obi in there, it's gonna be a difficult. We all can remember Jonathan, not because he's a good man as people thought about him, but because of what he portrayed himself to be. He told us he's a true Democrat, and that's why he was behaving in such a manner. Okay, he is not. He did not send soldiers on the streets to go and trash them at Ojota because of his reputation. Because when you bring in somebody who has shame, it is differently from these people who are monsters. So what I'm just begging everybody, whatever we got to do, let us put it aside, because there are some people who are coming here listening to this program that might take this in a different way, and that might hurt what we are planning. But if we can have that patience, emotion runs into every one of us. I don't like what is going on, but what can I do to change the situation? I have to do the right thing, not emotion. Because no matter how emotional you are, in fact, the more you are, the more emotional you get, the more mistakes you make. I stand to be corrected, because these people, they don't care. Look at what is we put two different scenario.
one happening in the north, Zamfara, one happening in the southeast, and another news story that broke about it. So when you put all these things down, nobody cares. And some of us that is talking, oh, we do this, we demand this, we demand that. No, if you want to demand something, it has to start from your governors, your regional or state politicians. You have to start with them, because if you educate your people to say, if this man don't give us what we want, we throw him out. And if the people are ready, because all the time we're blaming the center. We Nigerians, we are the problems. The ordinary people on the street, we are the problems. I am saying it without apology. I don't owe anybody apology for saying what I'm saying. The people on the street is the head of the problem we have in Nigeria. Because if the people, for example, now, I am from Anambra State, and if we say Soludo cannot behave anyhow, Soludo should be accountable to us. If he is accountable to us, the same way he will demand that the center is accountable to him. And our job becomes easy. But when we leave them because they are our brothers, we are pointing hands somewhere. Amen. And we know, some of us have already said it, that they are dancing to their tune. So if they're dancing to their tune, we put the two people together. I mean, the masses and the center, and ask them to choose. Because without we bringing them out, they cannot know center. So I am saying this: if each and every one of us can take something out of this, and talk to their people. Let's start from the base. We cannot just build without foundation.
Yeah,
We don't go to fight.
Sorry for entering your space. That area you just touched now, I think actually you're on the right track there, because it's what I have been saying myself, that Nigerians have a lot to do in these things. All these things are actually happening, I think, as a result of lawlessness. Law is not effective in that country. Everybody do what they like and get away with it. Exactly. So what can you say about what do you think the people, now that you bring in the people, and since the government are not helping issue, what precaution do you think the people can take in this aspect of killing? Because as you can see, awarding a Boko Haram a title, and a girl is just being raped in Edo State and be killed, and a lot like that doesn't come out in the media, because there are so many people that are living in the remote areas where maybe many people there don't have mobile phones to record and put it in the news out there. And many media houses in Nigeria are compromised, which they don't air what is actually happening there. It's the one that we in diaspora see in the media that we use to judge what is happening in Nigeria. So what's your advice to the citizens, since the government has left them on their feet?
Okay. It comes back to what I said earlier, by we holding politics locally. When we hold politics locally, like if something like this happen, the news will spread locally. And when the people say, no, we cannot take this. Like I always say, I've said it several times, Peter B might think he knows what is happening. He doesn't know what is happening. It's beyond him. I've been singing it. It's beyond him. What is happening is natural way things happens. Natural way things happen. When the people says no army in this world can defeat them. Nobody. So if we are wise enough to educate our people, that you see those governors, I give you an example of where I come from, right? There's structures in Anambra State, whereby we started from family to Umunna to when I said Umunna, I mean kinsmen and women, right? Then to the village, to the community as in general, okay? And each and every, all these steps, right, progress to the national level. So if we come back now, if, for example, somebody that come out from my community is a governor today, I will lead the fight. because he will see me in front. He will see his fellow kindred men in front saying, no, you can't do this. And guess what? He will not send the soldiers to come and kill us. I am telling you this. It's been tested in Igbo land. Okay? Apart from this last minute where I don't even know what is going on. So I am advising that we take politics locally, because if we, I've been saying this for years. If we had been holding these people accountable, our governors, our chairman, our whatever that is local, if we have been holding them responsible, I promise every Nigerian, we will not be in this mess. If they want to be in their own way in the north, it doesn't concern us. We will be developing our place until at a certain level we will take over there, because once the time reaches, you can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. And
thank you so much.
Okay, let me yield the floor for others to contribute. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you for that brilliant contribution. I think it was a very good one. And Mr. CM, who do you say is supposed to be the next person? Let me not go on.
Is Chris after Chris? I think I said John E. Then
okay.
But then somebody came in, so probably after Chris.
Van Maxwell came in. So okay. After Chris, John E. and Van Maxwell. Okay. Mr. Chris, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Have you spoken before, or this is the first time?
No, I haven't. I once joined, I think it should be last week, this program. That should be my first time, but the network wasn't that okay with me, because I was on a trip to a country somewhere else aside from the city, the country where I was. So now I'm back, and I try to join with you guys today, and I appreciate the fact that I was able to join you today. So I decided to be quiet to listen to what was going on. And
all right, good to have you join us today. And I'm sorry about that for the network disturbance of last week. You say it seems you have been following, right? You know the topic we are treating.
Yeah, not really, because I came halfway, so I really do not know the topic in total. But
okay, we have some topic here, and some other issue came in outrightly. We're talking about the bandit that was confined a chief title in what was that state? Because even me, I came in a little bit late. I think in Zamfara State. And the Adeleke governor-elect tears or something like that. I don't know what he was doing, that he was crying, that some people are criticizing, some people see it to be okay. And what they call it, a lady was just murdered in Edo State. She was raped and killed. So we're talking all this in general about Nigeria, and of course the rumor on ground about Pastor Adeboye or Reverend Adeboye endorsing Tinubu because the wife, as in holding indoors meeting, encouraging the church member to vote for Tinubu because the wife is one of their pastors or something. So those are the topic we are treating. So you can start from anyone, and let's hear your contribution.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me. And by the way, I'm joining you from Rome. I've been here, and I've listened to all the comments that was been mentioned or probably been said by my fellow panelists here. Well, I will have to start with the election in Osun State. The election in Osun State, should I say it's free and fair? Well, I wouldn't say that, because there are a lot of things that goes down the line there, but we thank God for everything that goes on during the election, and it came out that PDP emerged winner of that election. And Adeleke himself, who happens to be Davido's uncle, I guess, yes, him crying or what have you, because I saw the video clips and I saw where he prostrated down to his own elder brother. I believe it was because he went through the same process where he won and he was denied of it. So I think this time it is what he really desires and he has gotten it. So I think that should be a tears of joy, which I didn't dispute. And if other people have any other um, thoughts about it that is not genuine to them, I think that should be for their own personal reasons. We all have different ways of how we view things. Also, I won't, uh, I won't kind of uh, say anything regard to Labour Party participants on that election, which they came fourth, I guess. Yes, they came fourth. But I'd just like to chip in something there in order for us to understand that Labour Party, though it has been a party that has been, I think it has been in existence, but it's not just a party, but it's a movement, and it just started within a few weeks. So no one should take that as a kind of a setback, because it's one of the steps that we have taken, and it's kind of a bit encouraging because no one expected that Labour Party would have even come up with that numbers of votes. I think they got about 2,000, I guess. Yes. So it's encouraging, and if we'll as well listen to or probably seen the Peter Obi's response or listened, I don't know. He as well encouraged everyone and even his supporters and followers to never to give up, because it's just a stepping stone. So we should know and we should bear that in mind, that um, the course ahead of us is not just a mere cause. We have a whole lot of work to do. And this brings me down to succumb to the last speaker, where he talked about governance in Nigeria. And governance in Nigeria, we as Nigerian citizens, we feel like uh, we are not being carried along. When you are not, when you feel like you are not being carried along and you sit back, you always remain back. You should always try to push hard. The Western world here, where we are enjoying dividends of democracy here, is because of the people. They stand on their mandate. They fought for it. They fight for it, and they are still fighting for it. So we as Nigerian and as an African, we should always stand up to do the right thing. Um, I could record in 1987, I happened to be in the palace of the Emir of Bida then, who happens to be Morusanda in Dayako, late Morusanda in Dayako. And I was a friend to his son, and he said something to me and his son then. And he said, Nigeria is a great nation where we have great people, great ideas, and potentials. And the way things are going in 20 to 50 years, is not sure if things will be better for Nigerians. Only if we, the younger ones who are growing, could stand and make things right. That was Morusanda in Dayako, late Morusanda in Dayako. I could remember vividly what he said. I was so young then, but I still remember. And here we are today as Nigerians, those of us in diaspora. We are facing the same problems you are facing. We know we are kind of living a life that is quite simple, easy, and enjoyable. Yeah, but there are a lot of things that if we are back home, we would have been experiencing them here, or probably experiencing them back home. We would have enjoyed our own democracy the way they do enjoy theirs here, and we as well are partakers of the way their governance is being handled here. So, what I'm saying is that
Mr.
the
Chris,
last speaker
what can you say
dragged us.
about the Christian body?
Okay, what I should say in the Christian body is this. I was actually coming down to that. What I would say about the Christian body is this. Of late, I saw a post about, or listened to a post on YouTube where Khan came with uh, I think a process where we should uh, cast our votes, the people we should look onto, the antecedents and the kind of candidate we should vote for. And though that is for Khan, but per individual um, 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 uh, denominations, I would say Christianity in Nigeria, to be sincere with you, uh, they are part of the problems that we are having in Nigeria and in Africa at large, because they were supposed to be an independent body where they shouldn't be an interference or probably being into politics. But Christianity has been part of huge uh, support of politicians. And looking at what I heard about Pastor Adeboye, I think he is campaigning for um, his wife, sorry, his pastor, yeah, husband. So what he's trying to do is trying to support his pastor. And it has been a tradition right from all saints that churches these days are being used uh, to to market corruption, in the nation, because we are so blind as Africans and as Nigerians, where we just capitalize on our pastors that they are the alpha and omegas of our lives. So the way we practice Christianity in Africa is very, very wrong. To be sincere, is very, very wrong. And I think um, we should try as much as possible as an individual to think beyond, or try to think out of the box, that what has it helped us, or probably in what way has Christianity really helped us in as a nation. Now, where we stand at now as a nation, we are all divided in one way or the other: religion, tribes, and all that. Is that how we were supposed to be? No. Yeah, we have over 450 tribes in Nigeria, but we just have three major tribes that are dominating us. But that shouldn't be a problem to me or problem to any of us. But the only thing, we just need one Nigeria, and the one Nigeria shouldn't be into or being characterized into religion or into tribe. So basically, the problem that I see there is that we should start as an individual to think out of the box. Then we should take out sentiments, then let's face the reality. How can we change our mindsets is the first thing that we need to look into. How do we change our mindset? We need to change our mindset from the grassroots, which the last speaker just spoke about. We need to change our mindset from the grassroots. We, the people, are the problems of our country today. We see the things that are wrong. How do you think changes will come? There's no way it would. No way. I listened to Dr. Damage's program yesterday, and or probably this morning, yes, while I was at the office. And there is a king from the east who came, and he was part of the program. And he said exactly what was in my mind, that the governance which we are all crying for to be changed today, the system of governance in Nigeria today, they are part of it. They are the people who generated it. If they, as um, kings and the um, rural area, kingdom, sorry, kings and kingsmen of
Mr. Chris,
a community never.
try and round up
So,
in 30
okay,
seconds. Mr. Chus, please
okay,
mute yourself.
I
Thank
will.
you.
If they never uh, took part into politics and endorses them, that all of this won't be a problem this day because they will all have a say. But now none of them can speak. None of them can boldly come out and challenge the government because they are part of it. You see, so if our kings are part of the politics that is being played in our country today, then what else do we do as citizens? So now we need to hold them accountable. We need to question them. We need to ask them questions from the local government. That is where we should start from. Then try to sell our candidate, Peter Obi. We just need to go down to the grassroots. That is just the only way we could sell our candidate. Let them be oriented, giving them orientation about the need, why they should vote right, because it's very important for every one of us to get it right this time. We have the power in our hands as citizens. If
Thank
we
you.
don't do it this time, there's no way we can move forward. Thank you very much. God
Thank you
bless.
so much. We appreciate you. We thank you for joining us for today. I hope you will have chance to join us every other day. We are here 5 p.m. daily and 10 o'clock Nigeria time a.m. for newspaper review. And every Friday we have debate by 6 p.m. Nigeria time. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and your contributions. Now I will
I'm
go
so
straight
grateful.
to Mr. John E. Mr. John E., are you there?
Yes, thank you again. Yeah, and I think most people have, and I've spoken before, but I think most people have sort of
Okay, you have
spoken.
spoken before. Okay, if
Yeah,
you
so
have
maybe
spoken
it makes
before,
sense to speak to Vine Masquerade first.
yes, if you have spoken before, let me go to Mr. Vine that have not said
Thank
anything.
you.
Then maybe I will just come back and give 1 minute for everybody to round up. Mr. Vine, can you hear me?
Yes, ma, I can hear you. Good evening, and good
Yeah,
evening
good
to.
evening. Thanks for joining us this evening. Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining you from Accra, Ghana.
Oh, from Ghana. I think I know this Vine. Good to have you here today. And I don't know if you have been following us in what we have been discussing.
Yes, I can speak on let me say one or two topics that you've raised.
Okay, just go ahead. Let's hear your contribution since our time
Th-
has fast spent. Just go
thank you so
ahead.
much for thank you so much for having me, and
You're welcome.
I am glad to be here. God bless you all for this good work that you are doing. I am a very concerned person when it comes to Nigeria because I am a dual citizen. My father is from Ghana, the northern part of Ghana, and my mom is from Abia State. I am worried, for what is happening in Nigeria.
Wow, that's a
I
good one. It's good to have somebody that have, I think, two perspectives to give us. At least you can compare a bit of what is happening in Ghana and Nigeria and I think you have a bit more insight on what to tell us and what you think and what idea you can give us of possible solution. And I'm so glad to hear that your mom is from our own God-owned state in Nigeria. Good to have you. Go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. And one thing I will tell you today is that I served in the Nigerian army for 18 years, and most of them were in the north. You see, I look at what is happening in Nigeria, and I weep every day. I wake up, I tune my television or radio, and I hear what is happening in Nigeria. I weep for the people of that country. And my base point is on the constitution of that country. You see, we, the military, when you look at the system, I said Nigeria, in my own opinion, I say Nigeria practices what is called, in my own opinion, reverse democracy. Reverse democracy. That is what Nigeria practices. And it is not working. It is killing Nigerians. It is killing your economy. It is killing infrastructure. It's killing everything in that country. Please don't judge me if I am being emotional. How do you want to tell me that people from outside, people that are not indigenous in, is it Edo State today, as I heard, will come in there, rape, and kill an indigenous people in her indigenous person in her ancestral land, and nothing, it sounds normal to everybody. Can an Edomite go to the north and kill somebody in this manner, the way they are killing our people? What sort of country is this? Why are we made to go through this kind of problem, this kind of ordeal on our ancestral land? Are the southern people not Nigerians anymore? What is going on? In a situation where people, see, democracy is practiced from the grassroots to the top. I want to disagree with what the current president said some time ago in one of his videos. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. How can you practice democracy from top to bottom? Power belongs to the people, and the people will decide who rules them. Not ruling now, sorry for that. The people decide who governs them. Why are we allowing people with ulterior motives, selfish interests, to govern the people? How will you now get the dividends of democracy, ma'am? And this is a question I'm directing to all of us in this place. If you come to Ghana here, you cannot kill an individual in this country and go scot-free. You will be arrested, even if you are a soldier, even if you are a police officer, even if you are an immigration or any other paramilitary, agent. You cannot kill. There are people that kill people during the last presidential election. They are under interrogation. They are being tried as we speak today. But in Nigeria, it's fire away, fire on. They kill people anyhow and nobody speak. It's as if like life does not matter in Nigeria. Nigeria that's supposed to be the bedrock of democracy in Africa is now a case study. I go to my hometown here in Ghana to vote. It's as if I'm going to church. I go to vote. In fact, I don't even need to stay there where the vote counts. It's counted. I go home, and what is obtained there is the right vote that people casted. But in Nigeria, it is not the same. People buy vote left, right, and center. When you look at when delegates are paid $5,000, $10,000, twenty
Mr.
thousand
Vine,
dollars, ma'am.
Mr. Vine, sorry to come into your space. As an ex-military personnel, what's your advice to Nigerians? What do you think they can do since they are helpless by the government? What do you think they can do for themselves to help themselves? Because the level of killing in Nigeria right now is actually alarming, because I have a close person of mine that there's an information she gave me recently. She said there was a place called Ekpoma. I don't know if most of you are familiar with it, where we have Ambrose Ali University. Then there was this group of Fulani people that arrived there. So it's like they were having a contact with somebody before getting there. So getting there, they communicate the people and ask them to show them around the big churches in Ekpoma. So they actually took them around. They showed them the big churches around there. Then after, they went and lodged in a hotel. God so kind that those people, it's like they never wanted to be part of those perpetrate such evil. They went at night and informed the police. Police have to go to the hotel where they lodge and get them arrested. I can't just imagine if they were able to actually go for the second time to those churches and do what they wanted to come and do, which I can't really say this is what they wanted to come and do, but with in all our imagination, we could imagine why coming into a state and asked to show you around the churches. At the end of the day, you went to hotel and lodge. So in the midst of all this insecurity, as an ex-military man, what will you advise the citizen? Because Nigerians are helpless right now. The government are not helping matters. Even the military personnel are being given order from above not to defend themselves. So what do we do in such situation? Mr. Vine, can you hear me? Unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. What I will advise Nigerians to do in this case, as you know, the problem with what is going on in Nigeria is this: they should rise up. Nigerians should rise up and call for an interim government so that dialogue will be conducted. Let people, Nigerians themselves, Northerners, Southerners, to decide how they are going to live in that country. With the current system, people will come, just like what you described. In the First Republic, people were not coming from wherever they come from into your own space, my sister. There is nobody in the First Republic that will come to your own space and begin to kill people the way it is done right now. There is vested interest, there is ulterior motive. These people are out for something. I would have loved the Nigerian people, especially the southern part of Nigeria. That is where my concern is, to rise up in unison and call for an interim government. A dialogue must be carried out, call, at least so that people will decide how they will live, so that you can control your place and control the people that comes into your place. Like in Ghana here, something happened in our border in the northern part of Ghana, Burkina Faso. Strange people begin to come, people that we don't even know them, we don't even recognize them, we don't have the same language, we don't speak the same language with them. They were coming on bikes, and the people raised alarm. The MPs of that particular area, region, let's say a constituency, called the attention of the government, and the government sent troops. Some of them were arrested. Believe me that they were foreigners. They were. I don't want to call the name here so that your platform will not be flagged. They were the same people from the Sahel coming into Ghana. They were all arrested. Some of them are being tried and they are being questioned as we speak. That is a government that is proactive, not a government. What I see that is the reason why these things are happening in Nigeria. Sometimes I do ask myself, the same army that is there right now, is it not the same army I served for 18 years? Why didn't this thing happen when we were there? Why didn't it happen? The same army I fought in Liberia, I fought in Sierra Leone, I fought in Yugoslavia. Why are the same? Is it not the same soldiers that are there? One answer I will give you today is that there are vested interests in high authorities that are protecting these people, giving them the vim to do what they are doing, ma'am. That is the problem. And the only solution is for the entire southern Nigeria to come up in unison and speak on how they are going to live with these elements so that these elements will not be coming in to kill and maim our people. Nigeria, our people has been marginalized in so many ways, in politics, in everything. The oil that is behind you, you don't even know about it. You cannot benefit from it. But people are coming upon that. Our people are not in peace. Foreigners will just come. They will have the leeway to come in and do whatever they want to do. And even when you arrest them, they'll be free the next day. That is to tell you that what is going on in Nigeria is systemic, and you cannot correct it by voting someone from the south. Because the constitution, like I always said to you the other time I was here, was that constitution is designed, carefully orchestrated to favor a particular ethnic group, and that is why they have the zeal, the power to do what they are doing in Nigeria today. Just imagine you are in your house in the south, somebody, a foreigner, will just come into your place and begin to spy on you. And supposing those people that were arrested in the hotel were not arrested, what do you think that will happen? They will repeat the same thing that happened in our war. And today we will sit here and be lamenting as usual. So what I suggest today is this: the people in the south in general must rise up and speak in one voice. Tell the government what you want. Tell them what you want. If you want to stop the general election to do and how they are going to live in that country. If not, even if you like, my people, my brothers and sisters, and those that are listening to us today, if you even put 100 Peter Obis with good heart, it will never work. The next day, we will come here and still be lamenting. Thank you so much, my sister, and God bless all of you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vine. I really do appreciate your contribution and your insight on what you think Nigeria can do as an military personnel. We appreciate you. I hope you'll be able to
Madam,
be
please, can
joining
I come
us.
in, man, please?
Yeah, hold on, Mr.
I just want
Alex.
to
I'll
add to
come
what
to
he
you.
said.
Yeah, hold on.
All right.
I appreciate you for joining us today. I hope you will be able to be joining us from time to time, because we always need advice for people like you from such a field of professional. We really do appreciate. Thank you so much. And I want to appreciate the people in the comment section as well. Thank you so much for always staying with us during the broadcast. No matter the hours we go here, you people are our strength. Thank you so much. Keep hitting the like button, share so that our voice can go around. And of course, you know how we do it. Always support us with the $ at the comment section. And some of you that don't want to leave your card number there or something, there is an account number there that you can support us because there are some rumors going on that this platform is being paid to do this. Honestly, nobody is paying this platform. Peter Obi is not paying the platform. Labour Party is not paying the platform. No money bag is paying here. We are just doing what we are doing to contribute the little that we can to the stability of our country. We actually want to take our country back. We are just here to enlighten the people with the one we know and educate ourselves. Thank you all so much for always being there for us. We appreciate you all. That being said, we have spent quite some time here. You know, this is actually Kachi's program. She was facing a network issue earlier before. I just have to come in to help in rounding up the program. So we are going to be rounding up the program now. I'm going to be giving 1 minute to each person for their closing remarks. And please, I want to plead with you people, anybody that have used his 1 minute to make his closing remark should please disconnect so that Kachi can come in, so that he will be able to switch off the system after the program. Please, I don't know who is unmuting himself. I'm hearing myself back. Everybody, please mute yourself. I will come back to you, any of you that want to speak. So anybody that finished with the 1 minute, please help us to leave space in the panel so that Kachi can come in. She's trying to come in. The system is showing her that the studio is full. Thank you so much. So we'll be going for the last round. Before I go there, Mr. Alex, you say you want to say something. Please make it brief because I want to go to 1 minute round-up time. So go ahead, Mr. Alex.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you, my great panelists. We may agree, we may disagree. We are fighting for one just cause for a better country. I want to thank the owner of the platform first, also, and his team. The guy that just spoke from Ghana. I don't know you before. You know, I'm very happy with one point from all you said are valid, but one point that I'm happy about, that you know that when such a thing is happening, somebody come into your space to start spying on you and start, disturbing your space and try to kill you. That means there is a collaboration with those in authority. My dear brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Yes.
We were losing you, so you can go.
Yes. So, my dear brothers and sisters, there is no gainsaying. Our governors should do better. Since the man in Abuja has sold his soul to the devil to keep people through his own negative Islam. There are good Muslims. I don't know the kind of Muslim Buhari is and his government. Our governors should do better to protect the people. You should not give in to bribery. You should not give in, because security of life is number one. If you like, you tie all the road, you pay pensioners, you build schools, you build road, but there is no security of life and property. What you did are useless. You will be remembered for the lives you saved or that you lost in your tenure. For me, the way to judge the success of a government is not in projects, it's in protection of life and properties. The safety attracts economic progress. It attracts investors. If you are not safe, you can't do anything. You can't even think well. You can't sleep well. So our governors, our senators, our rep members, we should talk to them. They are the ones collecting money, collecting things, allegedly collecting, positions, promises, just to allow these invaders. So that's it. Thank you, the man from Ghana.
Mr. Alex, you being on ground in Benin right now, the incident that took place in Edo State today, is there any statement from the State House concerning this yet?
There will not be statement. There have not been statement. There will never be statement. Our governor, our president, our deputy governor, commissioners, House of Assembly members, they don't care about security. They come and read speech to you about budget. That's how you see them, about project, about IDRO. They don't care about life. Our life don't matter to them. They only remember us. They see us as votes, like voters' card, to campaign for their principal or for their second tenure. If Obaseki was coming for a third tenure, if our constitution allowed it, he would have been doing, measures. But he's not coming back. He has been quiet. There is no statement as we speak. No statement. In a state where you have a sitting governor, someone that is standing like a president in your own state, you cannot protect lives with all the apparatus, with all the powers of an executive governor. That shows there is a collaboration with him and the president, the Nigeria president just now. It's not the first time. Man, you can remember a lady called this platform from Canada, whipping to Nigeria. That her mother was raped by 7 Fulani herdsmen, a 78 years old grandmother. Another woman called that her mother was also beheaded, and the governor did not investigate it. So there's
I
no
am very,
statement yet,
I
madam.
am very much aware of that. What I was asking is, I think Filishaibu has been the interim governor since the governor went for a holiday. I don't know if he's back. That is why I was asking if he can do something different from what we have been seeing. So with the look of things,
According to the constitution, man, according to the, I have never seen a part of the constitution that say the governor will go on holiday. Where do governor go on holiday? Governance is continuous. So why is it that when the state is on fire, the governor is always incommunicado, he's always in oblivion, he's always on vacation, perpetual vacation. When he was campaigning for our vote, did he tell us he'll be going on vacations? He will be abdicating his seat? This lady now, you can imagine the pain of this lady's family. If you have lost
yeah,
a loved one, you will know the pain, the
that's
tears, the
Nigeria
trauma,
for
and
that's
yet we
Nigeria
have a
for you.
government. I don't blame Buhari. I blame our governors. I blame our senators who are complicit, who are fellow killers with this president just now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alex. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate a super chat that just come in. Mr. Gonzale Kevin Andrew. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. We really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. God bless you. Anybody that wants to support the platform, we are still very much here. Support us with whatever you can. Just as you know, we call it dollar sign, but it does not necessarily mean that your currency must be in dollar. You take any currency. Thank you so much, so much. We appreciate you all. The people in the comment section, keep liking the video so that they can suggest this video. YouTube can suggest it to others so that we'll have new people coming here to add their voices to our voices, and the video will go far. The people in authorities might even be opportune to come across it, because whether they like it or not, we know they lie down on social media these days. Even though they are saying we make noise on social media, we know that they see us. So help us to like and share so that it will get to them. Your voice can make them change their mind. My voice can make them change their mind. We speak truth to power in this place, no matter what it takes. Thank you so much. So now we'll be doing the closing remark. 1 minute for each person. Mr. CM, your 1 minute, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Irene Finest. Anyway, so to round things up, I think I agree with most of the things, most of the sentiments expressed by everybody, particularly Alex in the language he spoke and the mood, because there are things that will happen. You start questioning the foundation of Nigeria, and I think the way he's spoken before, that question must be answered. This killing has become one too many. Yes, I also agree with him that our governors are complicit by their fantastic silence, because you can't tell me that. Let me use my state for example. We are from Anambra, and then we moved up north in Katsina and start to slaughter people. It can never happen. The fact that they discover first you are a Christian, you are from the south, they will tag you that you came to wipe them out. So why should somebody invade your space, coming as it is to come and kill and rape? Imagine after raping the 19-year-old girl, then you then slaughtered her or killed her. I mean, this becoming one too much. Yes, if the people, ordinarily, if the people could, like Alex suggested before, I think it's quite a good suggestion. If the people could, the idea of taking the corpse to government house, yes, it can be done. Yes, I agree. After all, the people of Sri Lanka, what did they do? They marched towards the presidential palace also and sacked the president, if not something like that. How did in what country it happened again? I've forgotten the country where a parish priest, I think it's in Philippines. It's a pure Catholic country. After giving mass for the day, the priest said, "Look, the mass has not ended, so don't go yet. Just follow me." They marched to the presidential. I think that was how Ferdinand Marcos, the then corrupt prime minister or president, left. So that's what they call mass action, and people showing being enraged because it's one too much. I mean, they can't tell me they do not know. So that's why when you see people criticize one Nigeria, they are not criticizing it because they feel that when when Nigeria breaks up, that the problem might not be there. But one thing is sure: if in the minds of those that wanted to break up at the breaks, there are some criminality that won't be taking place. Imagine, can this thing happen in Ghana? If everybody could be on his own, nobody cannot carry cattle to come and be slaughtering people. Of course, there may be bad government, corruption can still be there, but then, I mean, you are now the master of your own destiny. So Nigeria, with this type of killing and happening, cause a lot to question. So I do not blame anybody whatsoever who has spoken in the language they've spoken. We may disagree with them, but then it is their right. And then if you look at it critically, you find out that it is justified. Nobody can believe in a country like Nigeria the way it is now and not ask questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sien. Honestly, you are absolutely correct because a lot of people are going through a lot right now, a lot of pains actually. Just like I said before, there are so many killings out there that is not coming out on social media. You know, I was shocked to one that happened the other day. I just want people to be at alert, not that I actually have strength to be giving bad testimony today. Some people might be like, what's wrong with Irene Finance today? It's just giving not the kind of certain bad news. It's just for you to be at alert. These people are not actually only in the forest because a one happened in Edo Central a couple of months ago. This lady prepared what she needed to go and sell in the market, either fish or something or stuff. She just said she wants to shower before she will go to the market. All for her to go and shower, the family were waiting for mommy to come out of the shower for them to go to the market. They waited and waited and waited and waited. She was not going out. The next thing they want to check for her in the bedroom at the backyard, they saw her head of her body in her own backyard, in her own house. So sometimes when we are talking about they are in our forest, they are in our forest, it's like some people are still not getting it. These people they arrested in the hotel that I said before in Ekpoma, they lodged right in the city. Somebody that took them around the city, the churches were right in the city. So this is no longer a forest, which means the little bushes you see around the villages at the back of people's houses, they are right there. Just for these woman children to see their mother body, the other side, the head, another side, they completely beheaded the woman. So I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I am frustrated with the situation. Or I don't also actually blame people that are saying that are having different ideas right now what will make Nigeria work. Fine, we believe in Obi movement. We believe in the presidency that is coming. Just like somebody said earlier, 10 months is still quite a long time. Did you think Nigeria will actually resist this? Because it's like them also, they are saying how this movement is going. They are kind of like, okay, this man might win. Let's hurry up before our person step out of the seat. Let's do the least, the most we can. I don't know. It's just my imagination. I'm not saying that they say so. But because the thing is fast rising. So it's giving so many people different imagination in our head, different questions that we don't have answer to. Honestly, I don't get it. Somebody that was not sick, who needed to just go and bath and go and sell something in the market to earn her daily meal. At the end of the day, where she was taking her shower, she was beheaded. I mean, our people, please, we need to be at alert. We in diaspora calling people in Nigeria, tell them the little you're hearing, the one them might not know, because there are some people actually in Africa that are not aware of so many things that we in diaspora are aware of, because some of them don't have light, some of them cannot really like be recharging data the way we actually with data 24 hours. So I mean, God will save Nigeria. It's so frustrating. It's really, really so frustrating. So that being said, let me just go to the next person. I think the next person I have on my screen right now is Mr. Chus. Mr. Chus, your 1 minute submission to round up. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure once again, to contribute to this to this forum. I say we are living in abroad, and we know how various countries where we live, how they fought for the stability they have today. In saying that, I don't expect anyone to throw himself out there for the Nigerian military to use them as a practice. But one thing that we know for sure is the people must take power. You know, the way we do it is what we need to think about. I think this way where we are going about it is the best way. Democratically, we take our country first, then we demand to sit down and discuss how the country is gonna move on. You see, many of us might not know this, but even the UN is aware of our issues. And the one thing they will not support is Nigeria breaking. I can assure that to everybody. Why? Obasanjo himself has even said that before, you know, because of the minorities in the North. So, because if the South leaves them, imagine what is happening now. And this Muslim ticket clearly explains those fears. So, I think we need to fight for everybody. When I say everybody, including the minorities in the North, it's so painful that, you know, look at something like NSAS. None of them actually, you know, get up and speak. But you see, when this injustice is done to them now, they come out to cry. That's a popular APC member who has resigned. I watch him. I followed him for quite a time now. Right? He's a lawyer by profession. He lives in the UK. You know, when people were complaining about the doings of the APC, he always run his mouth. Today, because he is a Christian, and you know, they come for Nigeria happened to him, because there's a popular saying that Nigeria happens to people. You know, when Nigeria happens to him, then he realized that, oh, this is not a joke. You know, it's just like the governor of
Roundup,
what is it called? Okay, just like the governor of Plateau State. You know, when tomorrow something happens to him, he will remember. But now he is championing the agenda, not minding that the people are dying in his own backyard. So I want every one of us to stay focused on our agenda of, first of all, taking back the government. Then we force the government to do the needful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chills. Now we'll go straight to Mr. Tiobala. Mr. Tiobala, over to you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the last speaker, because this is what I'll be talking about. The amalgamation, the coming together, everything we are talking about here cannot be achieved with this government who are tyrants, who does not understand how the democracy works. So the only way we can achieve anything we are clamoring for is the process of electing a credible leader that will listen to the yearnings of the people. But sometimes it pays me so well, so hard, or you know, we coming here, as in repeating so many things over and over again. It pains me that maybe we are here clamoring for the emergence of Peter Obi for the presidency. We keep on talking. People are there in. I saw one video today in Benue State where youths are moving pretty banners, talking to people from market to market. Go to Yoruba land. I saw another video where people are inside the market. Individuals are doing something. But we have not been able to come up with an idea. Even if it's $10, for instance, $20, let's create an account. Let's send money to, at least we have outlets in Nigeria.
Mr. Tiobala, the team is working on that. We'll give
At least
feedback
we are,
to
you know,
that
it's
as
not,
soon
see,
as
madam,
possible.
I understand. At least team is working on that. We have been talking about this thing for over a month now. Unless it's in
Yeah,
Nigeria.
you also have to understand that we don't want to be a victim of a lot of things that is out there right now. There are so many accounts flying out there right
No,
now.
it's like you don't understand me.
Hold on, I understand you. We want to do something the right way. We want to, you know, we were into this before. It was a kind of like, okay, let them get the vice, let things stabilize first
No,
and all
mama,
that.
please, can I say something so you understand my point?
What's your point? Are
Okay.
you talking as per this platform, or you're talking about other people
Exactly.
entirely? That is what I'm telling you. We are working on something, so we cannot come and disclose everything we are working, because we have to work out some certain things, ask some certain questions, before we can put ourselves together and say, okay, let's go it this way. We can't just wake up one morning and come and bring account and say everybody start putting money without having a particular plan or a destination. Don't worry, we are on that.
Okay.
When we finish on certain things we are considering, of course we will communicate it to the public.
Yeah, the account I'm talking about is not account to support Peter Obi personally or whatever. It's just for instance, we can print a bag, print polo. Thank God, I remember the last video Alex make when they were doing a PVC and all that. Similar things like that can come up, maybe in a different form. It can organize other people together. That is the aspect I'm just talking about. The idea of coming here every day by day, fine, is good. I love that.
Okay, now I understand where you're going. All right.
Exactly. That is the point I'm making. Maybe we can print banner, print all those small things, then share to people in the market. We can mobilize small some boys, give them money. Then they will help us go and be meeting all those women in the market, teaching them how to vote. These are things we should be talking about. Not we coming here every day by day. As in, some people will not be talking this. Of course, it's welcome, but the most important thing is that let's work towards that part. It's very important. If we can raise like 50,000, 100,000, 200, for instance, we can use that one to mobilize like 10 people, go to Oba market, go to Selu market, go this and that. Then we can achieve something. That's just the aspect I'm just talking about. Because somebody in my own community did a video recently asking people they want to vote Peter Obi, but they don't know the logo. Peter Obi cannot come and be doing all these things. These are the cause we are championing for. And we should also have this at the back of our mind that achieving good governance or demanding anything cannot be possible when you have a tyrant leader. The only way whatever things you are demanding for can be possible is for us to elect a credible leader who listens to the yearnings of the masses. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kiobala. We really appreciate. That's a good contribution, good plan. Though we have all of this on the table, but it's also good you say it publicly so that when the time comes, people will know what they are giving to us. Thank you so much. Now I'll go to Mr. Jordan quickly. Please, your 1 minute, please. Our time is fast spent.
Okay. You see, I want to say this. The Bible says righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach upon any country. We all have seen that our country is under reproach, about the worst country on earth. Everybody talks about us. The green passport you hold, once you get out of Nigeria, you hold it in any airport. You are like taboo. You are like it's like you stink because you're holding Nigerian passport. And now we are trying to make things right now, and you still see some people that are supposed to be at the forefront of making things right still playing the same game that have brought us onto the position where we are today. And that is the politics of identity. Now, it is a shame. I have to say this here. I don't know whether you are a redeemer or not. I have no apology to you. It is a shame, if it is indeed true, that Adeboye is supporting Tinubu because of the wife. The wife is a Christian in his church. And then the Bible says, and that same pastor reads in the word of God to his member on this passage that righteousness exalts nation, but sin is a reproach. And then he's supporting a governor who is campaigning for a president to become a president, stealing the position, using money to bribe his way through to clinch their presidential candidate of his party. And then you see a major Christian organization in Nigeria supporting such a candidate who has stolen a position with one who has bribed his way. And these are the things that have brought Nigeria to its knees. Bribery, corruption. It's a shame. And I encourage, I enjoin every redeemed member to shun that church and go to and find another church, because that church is not church that is propagating Christianity. They are evil. If they can support somebody like Tinubu, who is a thief, a rogue, who has been convicted in America and have been stealing almost the entire resources in Lagos, it's a shame. And anybody that goes to that church, sorry to say, I empathize with you. I wonder if it is heaven you are going. And I wonder the kind of Bible you are reading. I say this and I have no apology. It's a shame that Adeboye, whether secretly or openly, will be supporting APC that have brought us to this evil calamitous situation that Nigeria is today. Just because Tinubu's wife is in his church. Kai, it's a shame. I'm not in Nigeria. It's a shame. Except all of us begin to denounce this evil thing, this corruption. We're not going anywhere. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, sir. We'll quickly move to Mr. John E. Your 1 minute, please.
Thank you, Irene. Yeah, I mean, I think that I think it's important to be hopeful. Hope is really important, but also reality is equally important. Before Russia invaded Ukraine, I think there were two things that existed in Ukraine. There was hope, and then there was reality. And those who understood the reality were more prepared. So you have to be prepared. I think everyone should be stocking up, making sure that they have enough food in their houses and their compounds, just in case, because you don't know tomorrow for Nigeria. You should have the resources to weather the storm. You should be speaking within your communities to make sure that everyone knows the game plan. Anything can happen tomorrow. If you have the president of the Islamic Republic of Nigeria coming out and telling you that, he's looking forward to leaving office, that being president is no fun, that should communicate everything that you need to know about the politicians that govern you or rule you, as they say. They see it as a transaction. So to be prepared with food, be prepared with community intelligence to know what's going on. And then, like in terms of everything that we've been speaking about today, there's a saying: if it smells like a dog, barks like a dog, walks like a dog, it's probably a dog. They're saying that there's an agenda in Nigeria to create an Islamic state of Nigeria. There's Fulani in the forest. They're crowning terrorists and chieftains. It doesn't seem like anybody in power really cares. It seems like it is what they're saying it is. So we need to be prepared. And at the same time, like I said, I don't want to having hope means being prepared for whatever comes. When you're prepared, that's when you can actually stand. It's just sickening that another soul was taken away from us, and many people in Nigeria are desensitized to the crime and the injustices. Somebody, a 19-year-old girl gets killed. Somebody gets their head chopped off. We're just, let's just go the next day. Everything is fine. Everything will be. Culture is really, really important. This is the last thing I'll say. Culture is really, really, really important. We can't pretend like culture doesn't exist. Even where I'm from, some Anglicans don't marry Catholics. Some Catholics don't marry Protestants. We can't pretend that religion and culture and the things that define us, that make us different, are not important. Those are the things that define us. So we have to ask ourselves, are we really one? Because if the Anglican can't marry a Catholic, and you're sitting here saying that it's not important that a Muslim ticket is on the table for a country that's 50% Christian or 50% Muslim. Well, Tinubu is now telling you that Yorubas are 65% Muslim. So he's already beginning to define Yorubas as mostly Muslim for one reason or another. We have to ask ourselves, is it our culture that we're going to be giving up? Is it our identities that we're going to be giving up to support this thing called Nigeria, when in the north, they're not giving up anything. In fact, they're spreading it further and further. So I don't know. Be prepared, people. Be prepared. Don't just go quietly into the night, as they say. Be prepared to defend yourselves. Thank you, guys. You guys take care.
Thank you so much, Mr. John. I think we'll be going straight to Mr. Vine. Your 1 minute, please. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm so grateful to be with you people, but I will leave this platform this evening with what my former colleague said, the retired Navy captain. I do not know whether you people still remember what the guy said. concerning the insecurity in Nigeria. I will also reiterate what late, may his soul rest in peace, Obadiah Melafia said. I will also remind you what T.Y. Danjuma said, I think about 2 or 3 years ago or more, that if you we think that the military will save you, you will all die. I would like to advise my uncles, my aunties, cousins in the old southern Nigeria to brace up for the worst, because what is happening in Nigeria today cannot happen anywhere in the world, especially in a country like Nigeria that is said that it is a secular state. It can happen. I will also tell you that you know what you want. Old southern Nigeria, you know what you want from the government. Begin to campaign or canvass for how you are going to live with these foreign elements that are coming to kill you. It is unheard of that foreigners will move from wherever they come from to come to your own indigenous ancestral land to slaughter you for nothing, while the armed forces stand aloof and watch you die. If you continue to rely on them, you will die. You will die. God forbid you will die, because these people are out to do something. With the current, decide on what you are going to do by yourselves. Nobody is coming to help you. You hold the key on how you are going to survive in that country and live peacefully in that country.
Followed by the pound key. To report your debit card lost, stolen, or
I can hear some. Can I go on?
Yes, go on, Mr. Vine. Mr. Jaden, it was coming from him. He has muted himself. Just go on.
Okay. Now, even with the current system, that is in place, I assure you, old southern Nigerians, even if you vote 100 P2Bs, it will never work. Tomorrow we will come back and begin to lament as we are lamenting, like that young girl was slaughtered, raped and slaughtered. That is what we are going to see in the near future, unless this current system is abrogated. Remove it and decide by yourself on how you are going to live with these foreign elements. Thank you, and God bless you, and God bless Niger Watch for what you are doing. I, in my own capacity, I will see what I can do to support you with this good work that you are doing. God bless all of us and keep us safe. Thank you.
Bless you too, Mr. Vine. It's really nice to have you today, and your brilliant contribution that you have just added to what is actually happening in Nigeria currently. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We hope to see you next time in our panel. Mr. Alex, I will just go straight to you. I don't know. I'm speechless. Just
Thank
tell
you.
us what you think in your last 1 minute remark, because actually, basically in Edo State lately, I don't know what's happening.
Thank you. For me, for the death of that young lady, I want to say shame on you, Mr. Governor Obaseki, if you are hearing me. Shame on you and your entire cabinet. Shame on you, Philip Shaibu. Shame on you, the commissioners, the House of Assembly members. Shame on you. The blood of that guy is on your head. It's on the business deal you have with the Fulani killer machine in Abuja. Shame on you, Mr. Governor Obaseki. You came to campaign to us. You didn't come to say you are going to allow us to be killed, to allow us to be invaded. Shame on you, Governor Obaseki. The blood is on your head and your family. You've not messed up with the wrong family. They will bring that corpse to your doorstep. You will not have a section of any government activities until justice is done. This has been happening. We all came out for you. We voted for you. We defended our vote. When you were chased out of your party, we gave you hope. We gave you succor. All you could do is to allow strangers to invade our state. I know it's a national problem, but you can do palliative measure. For not doing that, shame on you, Governor Obaseki. With tears in my eyes, I say, shame on you. You are failed as a governor. If you like, tie out the road, do all the projects in the whole world. You are a failure as a governor. So long, a 19-year-old girl, a girl who has a future, who has a world before her, you allow her to be sniffed, life to be sniffed out of her, just like that. And you will not say anything about it, whether you are on vacation or not. If you come back and you hear this, you see this video, shame on you. Shame on you. Posterity will not forgive you. And I want to say to those who are supporting people in government, in spite of the economic problems, in spite of the insecurity, in spite of the strike, our children are all at home. Schools are shut down. Shame on you too. Shame on you too. The scales are still in your eyes. These people are using you. Look at this innocent, beautiful young girl. What has she done? The only crime she has done is to be a Nigerian. To have a governor who lied to her that she was going to be protected. Probably this girl even voted. She even came out on that day to shout 4+4, talk about 4+4, not knowing that she was signing a death warrants. Shame on you, because the primary duty of a governor or as a government is the protection of lives and property. You call it a national problem. Some governors are doing their bits. You refuse to say anything. You refuse to do anything. You come to lie to us with projects. Shame on you, Mr. Governor. I use my 1 minute to tell you, shame on you. Shame on your government. Shame, your government is only going to be remembered for blood, sorrow, and tears. Shame on you. So Nigerians, get your PVC and votes rightly, Peter Obi. I thank you. I'm just emotional right now. Thank you, guys. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. I can see that you're so emotional. You know, many people that follow us in this platform by now they should know you. We should know you. You know, thank you so much for that delivery. It's actually heartbreaking because sometimes if it has not happened to maybe somebody very close to one will not know how it is. It might seem as if it's a movie, just like what one girl was saying today. They were traveling to a certain area of that Kogi state. After they adopted the driver and some people in the bus, she now make a live video saying that she always saw this in the internet. She never knew the reality of it, that she just experienced it. So sometimes it's like that. When you have not experienced it, you don't really know how it is. And we pray that it doesn't get to us. We send sincere condolence message to those families that one way or the other they have lost somebody to this, to this ridiculous battle. I don't really know what Nigeria is fighting for. I don't really know what is going on with these people. You can't just go around killing people recklessly for this. I want to also use this opportunity to speak on the issue of religion, about churches. Honestly, I can understand that everybody have right to their opinion. You have every right to choose a candidate you want to support and all that. But the issue here is, since the moment our Nigerian churches, they will register as a non-profitable organization, and at the end of the day, they end up interfering in places they are not supposed to interfere, just like politics. It's so shameful. Sometimes you see some of them, they leave the Bible they're supposed to preach. They start prophesying into American politics, prophesying into France politics, inside Ukraine war, Russia war. I mean, by the time you bring yourself out of the non-profitable organization you register as you claim to be running and start, putting your nose into all these things, you are now inviting citizens to as well come and tell you what to tell your member, to come and tell you, we expect you to do this, we expect you not to do this, because there's a lot of rumor out there for the Pentecostal pastors that rub shoulder with all these politicians, probably that benefited from them one way or the other. So I urge them this time around, as some of them are coming out to speak, though I don't expect all of them to come out to speak. Everybody have right to to their opinion and to whatever they want to do. But I expect with the state of the nation right now, people should be able to stand up right now and do what is good and do what is right. Just like as Kachi said earlier on, the man that is sick was one of the powerful men in Nigeria before, but look at him today in the streets of London, walking with a walking stick. Money cannot actually buy life. This life is actually so short. So all we own to ourselves, we get to a certain stage in life, you decide and choose, I want to do the right thing. I want to do the right thing, if not for anything, for your children, for your generation, for your legacy. Is very, very important. But it seems that Nigeria of today, conscience have grown out of people and flew out of their body. I don't understand anymore. So my people, I want to urge everyone here, please, let's stand for the right thing. We might agree to disagree. Obviously, we are fighting for the right cause, and we should learn to tolerate each other. We should learn to respect each other's opinion. Because Nigeria has been maltreated for so many years. Nigeria needs a rehabilitation right now. As some people said, is in coma. So everybody have rights to have a certain ideology in their head. Some might think if we break away with the solution, some think we voting will be the solution, some think that even the country, they have to sell it as China is ready to take over the country. They should share the money for everybody to go. Everybody have their opinion. So we are all hot. We are hot. Even we that are living in diaspora, we are tired. We are frustrated in the cold. We are frustrated in the snow. Some of us, our bones are maltreated with the cold. You know, you do a certain job that even when you're in Nigeria, you wouldn't want to do it. In your country, you have stayed away from family for so long. People are dying, you can't attend the burial. People are getting married, you are not there to support them. People are giving birth to children, you are not there. There are some people that are in abroad, the child they gave birth to when they left Nigeria, they are married, they are having children, they have not seen them. So it's a very pathetic situation. Everybody is tired. Many people want to come back home. So I think it's high time. It's time. God is giving Nigeria another opportunity. Even if Peter Obi cannot perform the magic in 8 years, let's start from somewhere, my people. We are not saying that it's going to turn Nigeria to Dubai in 8 years. We are not saying it's a sense. We are not saying that if we turn Nigeria to America. Of course, what we are saying is that let's change the face of the coin. Let's try something different. We know that some people believe it's one of the cabals, but at least it has been tested from his state. So let's try and see if something will change. Let's start from somewhere. So my people, I plead with you all, reach out to your people as the issue of logo that is going on. We understand that many people in the villages right now, they don't know what Labour Party logo is yet. And we all know that Peter Obi picture is not going to be in the ballot paper. So let's try and reach out, campaign to them. I also want to thank Tiobala for your suggestion earlier on about a printed t-shirt or face cap, sending people to rural area or thereabout to go and campaign in the marketplace, places that they can reach to grassroots. It's a very good idea. So I want to thank you all, the panelists, Mr. CM, Mr. Jordan, Mr. Tiobala, Mr. Alex, Mr. Chus. We thank you all for joining us for today. And my people in the comment section, Mr. Samuel, Unugboje, Johnson, Emmanuel, my brother, Tito Meji, Ngozi Rita, our dear mommy, of course, mother of four, mommy diaspora. We thank you all people for joining us today. John Obaseki, Naomi, Bella, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you all. Without you all, we can't be here talking to ourselves. We thank you for always staying from the beginning to the end with us. Vito Smart, Gonzalez, Innocent Oka, we thank you all. We really, really appreciate all of you for joining us this evening. Our time is fast spent and we'll have to call it a day now. Tomorrow we'll see you again. And this is actually Kachi program, not my program. I'm just here to help because of a network issue. So she's here. Let me hand over to her. Is your only one a woman, the lady in the one of the ladies in the house, Irene Finance. Thank you so much for being with all of us this evening. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Irene Finance. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless you too, Mr. CM. You know, today you don't do moderator work. No worry, we go pay later. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you guys. Irene Finance has said it all. God bless you. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Do not forget to join us same time tomorrow, 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And do not forget to join us 10 a.m. Nigerian time tomorrow for our newspaper review. Thank you, guys. I love you all so much from the bottom of my heart. God bless you and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Do have an amazing night rest. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Ciao.
Kachi. Good.